All right, man. What could go wrong, man? Episode 17, man. I'm here with my boy Keem and
Yes,
Pun.
sir.
And we have a special guest today, man. We got Jeremy in here, man. You feel me? From HipHopDX. And, what's your pod name again?
The Bigger Picture.
The biggest.
all day he's like, "What? Hey, what's that podcast you got going on? What's it called?"
Nah, I was just bullshit, man.
The biggest.
Yeah, the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? The biggest picture.
Yeah, with Elliot Wilson, the one you got beef with.
Yeah.
The one you got beef with.
The one with,
You got beef with him?
I got beef with Elliot Wilson.
Let's talk about it.
Wait, you got beef with that? Did you guys
And
set
DJ
me up?
Head.
Did
That's
you
what
put
I'm
me in the
saying.
middle of a beef that I
I
don't want to be involved in?
Yeah, you walked into a
And
trap, my
DJ
boy.
Damn, they set me up.
You walked into the
I promise you, I ain't know what's going on.
You Rick Ross right now.
Please
This
walk
man
me through it, y'all.
I'm listen. I'm on the home team. Wait, so head. This is.
Yeah, let's unpack.
What
Well, I'm the honest one, this the messy one, and he's the guy with the dreads from Best Man. So that's the group.
They said the same thing about our podcast. They said I'm knowledgeable and naive. Elliot's messy, and Head is authoritative.
So it works then.
It works. It's a good dynamic.
Cool. So it's not
Yeah.
really
You're
deep.
naive?
I appear naive. I'm still a fan at this point. I've been in the industry for like almost 10 years, but I still want to believe that like people write their own raps.
Right.
I want to believe that people are still like
'Cause you wrote
love
your
the
own
music.
raps.
What's that?
Because you wrote your own
I
raps.
wrote my own bars. I didn't let anybody write for me.
You was a
Back in the
rapper?
day. Back in the day.
What you go by? What's your name?
Fuck, out of pocket.
The hype.
What?
He was a rapper? What's that shockness for? Like,
He looked at me. He said, "There's no way." But,
yeah,
but
that's
he,
what I'm
but
saying, man.
What are we rapping
You
about?
give me rapper vibes. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Do you guys are there mixtapes out there?
Hell nah.
Nah, not a mixtape to me.
I
There's
tried.
a song. You guys have a song.
Yeah, I got
For
a
sure.
song.
Yeah, okay.
I got like 6 out there somewhere.
Yeah, okay.
I ain't
It's
gonna
very-
lie, I tried to.
Yeah, what happened?
Same thing happened to you.
Oh, yeah.
We both on this couch.
This works better.
That's fun. Y'all out of pocket. Listen, y'all shitting on my boy. Oh, look, I
Listen,
appreciate
we
this
still part of
approach.
hip hop.
I didn't say nothing, bro.
But, all right, how long was you rapping?
I rapped damn near until I moved out to LA. So when I was doing media and rapping at the same time, when I moved out here, my goal was to meet a media personality that would take me under their wing, and then meet a rapper that I would impress with bars that would take me to the studio, make me a hit, and turn me into a star. That's the naivety in me that I didn't know how it worked. So I move out
wild.
here. I see Cameron
Oh,
at
shit.
ComplexCon.
This 10 years ago, you said?
This is 8 years ago, so 2016, summer 2016. First month I'm here. I go to ComplexCon, and Cameron's sitting like right where you are, nobody. Dolo on a chair of 4 locos, no one around. And so I walk up, and at this time I'm writing, and I go, Cam, can I spit a 16 for you? And he gave me the same look you did. He looked
Yeah.
me up and down. He said, sure.
Yeah.
Let's see what you got. So I rap for him, spit a 16, and I have video footage of this too. I'll send you the video footage. And he looked at me and he said, where are you from? I said, Winnipeg. He said, Winnipeg? I got a bar about Winnipeg. That was cold. He said, you actually kind of fire. That was nice. So he gave me his number and said, let's go to the studio.
Whoa.
We never went. I found out quickly in LA that, it's not as
Niggas be
easy
talking
as it
shit.
seemed.
Yeah.
People do what I call the LA pump fake. They reach their hand out and pull it back very quickly. But
Right,
shout out to
right.
Cam. That was my intro into the rap game in LA.
That's dope. That'll definitely
that's
spark
dope.
motivation. Like, oh shit, that'll kick it off for me. If I like came down here, met Cameron in a month, he told me I could come to the studio with him. I'm walking around this motherfucker like my shit don't stink. You know what I mean?
How did your follow up? So you text him? You call him?
So
Was the number real?
so this is when I started to like figure out how things work a little bit. So I text him, I go, yo, it's Jeremy, white boy rapper from ComplexCon. He said, yeah, you were fire. Let's go to the studio. So I think I'm lit. I'm on. I'm showing my friends in class, like, yo, like, because I came out here for school to get a visa. So I called it the J. Cole method, where I was like, all right, my thing was like, meet someone in media or meet a rapper and get put on. Like, he had worked for Jay-Z or Die Trying, right? But he went to school in order to get out here. So I'm out in class, like, telling my teacher, like, hey, Cameron said he's going to be texting me today. Can I be on my phone during class? She's like, okay, sure. Yeah, hey, Ma, Cameron? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. So
Damn.
he texted me and he said, yo, I'm going to send you the location at 8 p.m. I was like, okay, this is some movie-like shit. So I'm waiting there. It's like 7:30. I'm like antsy. It's 8:30, no text. It's 9, no text. It's 10, no text. So I look at one of my friends from LA and I was like, is this how things work? Like, should I?
Yeah.
She's like, just follow up. Just ask him. So I texted him. I was like, 11 p.m. And I was like, hey, we still going to the studio? He said, yeah, new address though. Here, meet at midnight. I'm like, okay. So it's 11:59. I'm like, all right, I'm about to leave. I didn't want to show up too early. I text him like, yo, I'm about to be on the way. And he's like, oh man, isn't happening tonight. It'll happen another time. So, over the next like month or so, I didn't want to overstep. So I think I texted like maybe 1 or 2 times. Didn't happen. But then the funniest part is the next year. So right after that, I had met Jay Cruz from Power 106. Yeah. And again, this is on my like 2nd month in LA. So I'm getting motivation like, oh, you're in the game. So I sneak backstage at this charity basketball game. I meet Jay Cruz from Power 106. And I was like, yo, how do I get to where you're at? I'm just trying to be in media. I love this. I write questions. I do interviews, whatever I can do. And he was like, just pull up to the studio, say yes, like say yes to everything, And he could sense I was like naive and hungry and a fan. And he was like, you know what? Like, here's my number. Like, so from there, I kind of became his intern, and he was my mentor and brought me to the studio. I would help out write questions for interview strategy and stuff like that. So a year later, I'm already kind of involved in media to the point where, like you said, it took off way faster than rapping. I was like, this is maybe where I'm supposed to be. I'm good at this. But a year later at ComplexCon, again, I see Cameron doing a meet and greet. So I go, all right, well, I'll wait in line. But at this point, I wasn't rapping. So the last bars that I had written were the same bars that I rapped for Cam the first time I met him. So
you rapped them again?
No, so I wasn't planning on it. I was just planning on going up and being like, yo, you remember me, like whatever. I was gonna be like, I'm in media now too. Maybe we do an interview. I don't know how things work. So I go up to him, I was like, yo, Cam, like I rapped for you last year at ComplexCon. And he was like, I remember you. As I'm saying this, Dave East walks up right next to him. And Dave East goes, yo, what's up, Cam? Cam goes, yo, Dave, this little white boy rapped for me last year at ComplexCon, and he was fire. Spit him something. Spit something for Dave.
They not like they cold. They out of pocket on you. So you wouldn't rap the same shit.
I rapped the same bars, and I gotta tell you, it was way worse this time.
It was way worse.
I wasn't practicing. At that point, I was like on it. I was practicing. So I rapped the same verse, and Cam a little rusty. Yeah. Cam looks at Dave and he goes, I'm not gonna lie, he was better last year.
Damn.
I have not run into Cameron since.
But it's sick now that you're in media and everybody getting the notoriety, you feel me, that you deserve. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, because you definitely love what you do. You can definitely tell. I mean, when I see you on screen, like the research is super crazy. A lot of people don't do that and take the time to do that too. Like you really indulge in what you do. So yeah, man, congratulations on what you got going on, man. That's one of the reasons why I hit you. And, I wanted you to come here. And, the second reason is because you from Canada, and he's from TDE, and then y'all just didn't let him in. That was one of the, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to get that out there because he probably got an inside. You know what I'm saying?
We was in Calgary.
Yeah.
So
we was in Canada. Calgary.
How was Canada for you?
Canada always been love. It's good. Like Canada is love. Like,
so do you got any insight on why my boy, you know what I mean? Why y'all didn't let them in Canada?
So I was in Canada and I didn't get super insider information. I actually have questions for you guys about it, but I'm there and I'm kind of asking people, what's the deal with this Schoolboy Q thing? And what I didn't realize at first was the venue that he was supposed to perform at was owned by Drake. History, I think it's called. So 25-person cap, 2,500 cap. Drake is at least a partial, if not full owner of that place. But I was going to ask you guys, I don't know anything else besides that. All I know is the show was canceled. Right. But I looked at on StubHub, it said like 4% ticket left, so the tickets were selling. So I know it's not, that's cap if anybody says it was a ticket issue. But so for you, what was the first you heard of the show slowing down or not happening, or what really happened? Because all I know is Drake was involved in the ownership of that building, but I do not know anything to say that he stopped that show from happening.
In fast forward motion, it's literally, it was nothing but a call. Like we just got a call from our agent saying what it was. Asked them, we just doubled down because we was literally on the plane about to take off, so we doubled down before we got off.
You're about to go to Toronto?
Yeah, we was on the way.
Wow.
Like literally, everybody locked in.
When you say what it was, what was it? You never expressed that part. What was it?
What, as far as the issue?
Let you know what it was. What was it?
Oh, I did express that part.
They said police, weather, what?
Nah, it was police. It was police. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, but yeah, it was police. I almost read that.
Are you sticking to that?
Yeah, I'm sticking to that.
Was Drake involved?
It's an email. It's from the venue and police.
So
they had the police on CC.
The police is on there.
No, I'm saying they're telling us what the reason is.
Police is not
You
on
gotta
the
think about
email.
it. This is what I'm saying. This right here, the truth and the details. Y'all should know already from like, we've been talking to this venue for the last 2 months.
Okay.
If it was an issue,
They would have said
it would have said something. It would have been
Because
something
when was
a
the
month
show
ago.
booked? When was the actual tour?
3
Like,
months ago.
Yeah, like before any of this even really happened. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 months ago. And before all this even came to be. So everything was good. We've been talking even leading up to that day. You know what I'm saying? So that was somebody came above them and made a decision. And they had to let us know. It's not like they didn't want us to come. The venue was cool. We was all good.
So safety concerns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Safety concerns. That was the exact, safety concerns.
Do you think the Rick Ross thing had something to do with the worry? Because it seems like it was more of a concern of like something might happen even if it's out of our control. Like, do you think that?
I mean, raw shit definitely, the news, all that shit make it do, inflated it a little bit more, but maybe the pop-out did more than what Rick Ross thing did, I feel like.
Yeah.
The pop-out was more impactful. Than,
Was you cautious though going out there? Y'all was cautious. Y'all ramped up. You didn't ramp up on security.
Nah.
You didn't do nothing.
No,
So
yeah, I
just-
mean, we
just
had
you,
one extra security.
So you ramped up
Well, that's-
a notch.
Yeah.
Not really.
You ramped up a
Yeah,
notch.
not really. It's more so, not really though.
And
But,
correction, not just a pop out. Y'all was in Nothing Like Us video standing next to him.
that's all under the pop-out umbrella.
Pop out and stay out.
Anybody that popped out around
Yeah,
that
because
time.
he be talking shit like anybody that was in the video, everybody was on that stage. You already know what Drake is about to do to you.
And that's not about what
Or
he's
this
about
and
to
that,
do
you
to
know what I'm
you.
saying? But you
I
was
think
on
you
there
should-
though. You was trying to stay away from that, but you couldn't stay away from it because you was in the damn video. You know what I'm saying? You on the stage.
Listen,
you around,
whoever,
bro.
you was in the video.
Like, come on.
You involved.
No.
But
You involved. You involved.
How
Everybody
am I
involved.
involved? What did I
Cause
do?
you on your side, ain't you Elliot? Him and Elliot don't got.
I know. I accidentally feel like I literally am sitting in the middle of it.
God damn.
It's on, man. Your big ass
on.
just
It's
nervous.
cool.
We got somebody
you
here
got a
from
little cooler under that
Canada.
hat.
It's cool. It's cool.
You got somebody here from Canada. You
Do
nervous.
you take on Elliot beefs? Like you stand next to him, that's your boy?
So I am, I support Elliot in everything he does. I'm very thankful for Elliot. He's taking me under his wing, giving me,
He gonna
a
let you
What's the
platform, a
longest
show.
no possible?
What I will say is,
Take his wing back.
What I
Be
will,
careful.
What I will say is, any beefs right now, I don't feel the need to inherit from people. You
Okay,
know,
there it is.
I got love for a lot of people that may be beefing with people that I also have love with. Until I'm inserted into it, I would love to play the outside.
I gotta take some notes, man, because this nigga be having me in all kind of shit.
You inherit all his beefs?
It's inevitable.
Most definitely.
You sitting in the chair, dog. Like, as soon as you start talking about,
I move as a free agent, like I told Paulo. They got offended when I said that. Would y'all get offended?
You're an
if I said-
independent contractor.
Yeah, there we go.
You
Independent
move like a
contractor.
sucker, bro. You move like a
Independent
sucker.
contractor. Independent
He doesn't get
contractor.
benefits, you know. He doesn't get dental. He doesn't get medical. So he's.
He go.
why do you move like an independent contractor?
Well, it's easier that way. Because you know how this came up? I had made up I said that FIGGMUNITY should do like a Big Brother type of thing, all in the same house, locked in or whatever, right? I ain't saying I made it up, but we was talking about that. And then they were saying like, all right, we're going to go in there, Apollo, against everybody. But then I'm saying at the end of the day, only one person can win. So it's really, it's
Every man
I'm
for
walking in the
himself.
door saying I'm an independent contractor instead of saying Apollo. I might get you out the paint first.
That's a cold mentality, man. Says a lot about you,
It's
too.
real though, isn't it?
It says a lot about you.
Isn't it? What does it say? So let me ask you though, for real, you got to get off topic though, but what does it say about me? Come on, break it down.
That you come in with the mindset of an independent contractor, that you have blind motives
Under the
of
no.
cutting the next man out.
No, that was just, I made my motives like clear.
But if you're going into that house, your motives is to knock the next man out.
Everybody
right?
out. That's what everybody motives is.
Okay. So are you doing that now?
What you mean? Are you doing that?
You in FIGGMUNITY world. You in our house.
No,
are you doing that now?
Are you doing that?
Are you doing that?
I'm not doing that.
Okay.
But are you doing
You don't
that?
want to say you're an independent contractor.
Man,
But I think
I
both
stand
can
next
You know what I'm
exist.
trying to say?
I stand next to my homies.
I do too.
You just said you independent.
You don't get what I'm saying.
No, but here's the thing, because in the media world, it's very interesting right now, because I feel like there's a lot, like, it's a natural competition no matter what you do, because you're competing for people's attention, right? So everybody has this mold of, and the same in the rap game, you know, there's only so many spots at the very top. I think everyone's competing to be the best, but I think also you can do it in a way where you're not disrespecting everybody around you. It's like, yo, we all got love for each other. We all maybe want to be the best at what we do. But I think there is more room than people think. I think people actually throw fists before they need to. And there's this, why is it, do you guys think in the media world, there's always controversy, there's always some sort of beefing?
Ego and pride, that's it, man. That's it.
Yeah, because what is the ultimate goal with you right now and with your pod? Like, are you trying to be the best? You know what I'm saying? Like, are you trying to be the best? Are you looking, or well, not looking, but maybe you're gonna move on, you know what I'm saying? And maybe you might surpass.
Seeing it different. Y'all,
you know what I'm saying? Like, what?
Y'all not taking it. I said,
I'm asking him a question and not you.
Yeah, let him cook, man.
Not you. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
They want to be his lawyer now and shit. Let him cook.
You got me. He's like, yo, what do you actually mean before you say? No, so I study the game, right? Like I love this. Like I looked up to, you know, Charlemagne, Elliot. I looked up to anyone who had a voice that was impacting the space that I grew up loving. And when I came out here, to be embraced at all, being a white kid from Canada, to have any sort of voice in hip hop, I don't take that for granted. Right. So like I know, I try to respect that and be very gracious with that, even being, you know, with you guys right here. Like I appreciate this platform. I appreciate you guys even allowing me to be here right now. So I take that and I keep that on my heart always. Like I'm humble, I'm grateful. With that being said, I always have felt like I'm very skilled at speaking. I do a lot of research. I care about what I do. So anything I do, I want to be the best at whatever the game will allow me to be.
So you know at what point in your career you're gonna stop taking, I like that white boy right there, or now I fuck with that white boy? Like, when are you gonna stop taking that disrespect?
I don't feel like that's disrespectful. For example, I'm still at the point where like Joe Budden called me he's like, I like that white boy. You know, that to me, I'm in Joe Budden's conversation right now. Yeah. That's doing enough to impact the culture at someone who I think is, if not the best, one of the best at what they do. So to me, that's amazing that I'm in the conversation. Now, what did Drake say? At some point, you make friends with Mike, you got to AI him for your survival. If I get to the point where I have to make crossovers, I feel like I have the skill to do that, but I don't want to force those for any reason. Like I would never, there's people that are like absolute legends in my eyes, like an Elliot or a Charlemagne or a Joe, you know, or even an academics to a degree of like, these people have cemented their spot in media. I would never say anything bad unless they came for me, which I don't see why they would, but in that.
Say something bad, you know that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, you do see that come with the territory though. Like we see like the greats argue with each other. Yeah. They'll be cool, sit down with each other. 2 months later, they fall out and they beefing. You know what I mean? Like that come with the territory, but I think when y'all both perceived as like, you know, the top, you got to bump check. Like it's like Kendrick and Drake. People want to see it.
It's entertainment on every level. You don't matter what, like the whole world is ran off entertainment. So at every level, it's going to be that. It don't matter. You can't even get around that type of shit as far as when it comes to competition. Yeah. It is what it is. And then it's going to go, it's close. Like, that's why I said what I said, because even brothers go compete. It's like you got to damn near have that in the room. What y'all doing at this point, you know what I mean? I'm not saying now as a team though, you can say like, are you the coldest at that? That's what a cold team is, really realizing like what, you know, the people around you, what they do better than you. And staying out their way when they do it, like let them do that and then.
Well, you guys have done such a good job of building, like I almost see it like this Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? Like you have so many different people who have their own viewpoints, their own characters, their own skill set, but then every time you come together, it's almost like the Avengers, it's love. So like when you guys were starting, you know, this whole world, like was that your goal? Was it to build something that's very team oriented and very, you know, communal?
Yeah, our goal, because I started, so me and AD started over at No Jumper, and then we had a show over there. It was kind of like still. And like I was behind the scenes with it, so like I knew what the show could be with the right personalities. And t-rell was on. That's my dog from back in the day. So when I told AD about it, you know, they had some little past shit that he thought whatever. We got past that. Put them together. Adam brought in Duno, and right there it was like boom, magic. You know what I'm saying? All their personalities. Right away. Yeah. So that spun it, And that had to build. That built over a year and a half, and then more players got involved. And then when the whole breakup happened, that's when the homies got involved. And behind the scenes, we all got our own group of homies that's funny as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just happen to be funny on camera, but we got our funny homies behind us. So when the world started seeing all that, it became like a universe. You know what I'm saying? And that's where they fall in at, and all the other shit, like Ace Boys, everybody like that.
Let me ask you, was you an initial like Drake fan more than you were a Kendrick fan?
Yes. Yeah. Like growing up, it wasn't that I wasn't a Kendrick fan, but you got to remember, like, Drake was much more successful than Kendrick early on. Like, he took Kendrick under his wing to a degree. And I don't think Kendrick would deny that, right? So, like, in 2009, that's when I first fell in love with hip hop from my own perspective. Like, I have Eminem and 50 Cent posters, and I had, Jay-Z, the Black Album, clean version. I wasn't allowed to buy the explicit, but 2009, the blog era, was when I first found people that I felt I could relate to, I'm a white Jewish kid from Canada. Drake was the most relatable rapper I could ever have found. And especially someone who was like talking about, he was vulnerable, he was emotional.
Because he was a white Jewish kid too from Canada.
Well, no, not full. He was a mixed kid from Canada, okay. But he was, Jewish and Canadian. But when I found his music, I was like, oh, this guy's talking about girls and heartbreak. Okay, cool. Like, so I can really relate. So for, I would say, the next few years, I was like only listening to like Drake, Cudi, Sean. I listened to, Kendrick. I was up on Kendrick at OD. I thought this kid was going to be like one of the greats for sure. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't until Section 80 that I was like, oh, he's really, really doing something. But yeah.
So
Drake,
you're not really biased though right now. So because you've been out here for a long time. So in this beef,
you talking about 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years.
8 years. So on the West Coast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So in this beef, do you feel like Kendrick really he's topped him over this beef right now? So I know, because a lot of people are like academics, you would say he's super biased about Drake. He won't let
That's
up
his
on
boy
that shit.
too.
He will not fucking let up on that shit. So, and it's just like, you from Canada, you already know what's going on. You're an initial Drake fan, initially. So and then in this beef, like who are you really actually picking to win? Just not being biased.
Well, I think it would be biased to say anybody other than Kendrick right now. Yeah. Like, Kendrick won that battle. I think it's you see people say it. I know you guys have all seen the people on Instagram or the comments or the streamers who are saying, like,
you happy for him?
Yeah. What's that?
Are you happy for him?
Happy for Kendrick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy for anyone who I feel like won and achieved something that they've been wanting for a long time. Kendrick's been wanting the smoke for 10 years. Drake has been too, I think, to a degree. But
Kendrick has, but you think Drake has.
I think Drake has been wanting to... I mean, Drake's been wanting to cement himself as the number one, but I think Drake had more to lose in this battle than Kendrick did.
Like what?
For sure.
Well, we see Drake...
For sure, okay. Well,
Drake lost the number one spot. Drake... Even if you want to say as a rapper, he wasn't number one, right? Like, there's the ghostwriting thing hurt him years ago. That hurt him, and he was never fully able to reclaim certain people's opinions. There's always people who are going to be like, he has an asterisk on his name. But if we're looking at like number one spot of like the most successful run in hip hop history, I think Drake had that, and I think
it wasn't enough.
He couldn't go any further.
Something about how the way people looked at Kendrick, he wanted that though, right?
I think he did, but I don't know that he was ever going to win that battle. Like, for example, when he did 100 with Game.
What if it was vice versa?
Tell me what you think.
They both felt that way. Something about Drake. Kendrick wanted too.
No. I think Kendrick's proven in his career that he didn't feel that way. He intentionally didn't make projects. Like, he made projects as good books, man. It's going to go down in history. So he did that. He took gambles on his career early. He could have went that route. Drake went a route for a fact. He went a route. Not saying that he not.
He said, I could have all your fans if I didn't want money, success, and accomplishments. I could have all your fans if I did. What was it? I could have, if I didn't go pop and I stayed on some conscious shit, I could have all your fans. That's what he said with Game on 100. To me, that was him saying, which I don't necessarily agree. I don't think he could do what Kendrick does.
Exactly.
But he was basically saying, I could go the underground route. I could make all of these conceptual... I could give you a rap album. I could give you an entirely rap... He said on Scorpion, a classic for me is just 10 of these on Sandra's Rose, which he knows how to make an album, I do think, to a degree, that would be like that. But he said, I want to be the biggest artist in the world. He looked at Kanye as the guy that he wanted his
right.
So
I don't think that makes Drake as a less of a rapper because he don't want to be conscious and he doesn't want those records like that. I still think he number one low key. You know, I still think he is the biggest, and I still think he is like he's still there. I still think he's still there.
You talking about numbers?
I think it knocked him down a notch. I mean, but shit, who's right under him? You know what I'm saying? When it knocked him down, I'm saying he's knocking down right to himself, and then right to himself again.
One notch, and the only notch right under him was Kendrick.
Yeah, and then we just got to keep it going like that. And then, you know, Kendrick, he might be like, you know what, fuck this shit. I mean, be going another 5 years.
What do we think that's going to happen?
You know what I mean? Are we basing public opinion, or are we basing on sales numbers? Who's
I'm basing it on
now?
impact. I mean, because y'all saying what Drake had to lose. Obviously, y'all see what Kendrick gained. So now just in hindsight,
what did Kendrick gain?
No, I'm saying
look what's going on. Just look around the world. What's going on? The culture, like everything, just how the city is feeling right now, right? For its energy. Do you not see what's going on? You don't see nothing?
I see what he's gained, but we've already loved Kendrick.
No, I'm saying you don't see the energy. Do you not see a difference in energy throughout this battle? Far as like how people perceive Kendrick.
I see.
And even dancing, everybody dancing to Kendrick like this right now.
I feel like people are hurraying because they felt like an underdog beat somebody that they felt like couldn't be beaten because he didn't take down Meek Mill. He couldn't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, he took down Meek Mill. He took down all these other artists or whatever the case may be. He survived Pusha T. I don't know how the fuck he survived that shit. Like, so he survived that shit.
I mean, he is a star, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like, so I felt like, you know, the underdog took down the monster or whatever the case may be. Yeah, I feel it, but I don't feel like, you know, what did he gain? I mean,
he has more monthly listeners now than Drake.
If this many people got activated, right, through this one song, if this many people got activated, then I said in hindsight, look at it now, imagine none of this happened for him.
Let's talk about activation. What is it activated?
This is amazing,
as far as
man.
West Coast music?
I love how people think.
You was in the damn video throwing your hand in the air like Sexxy Red. What you mean? What did it activate for you? How did you feel about it?
I loved it. He was back in the city doing it up.
Okay, so it did something. So did it do something for the West?
I loved it.
Did it do something for the West?
Did it?
Definitely.
Okay, so
it did something for the West for sure.
It's not like something that, I ain't gonna say brought something to light, but like revived what was going on out here. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I like that. My whole question I was asking about the whole knocked him down shit. Like, what are we basing that off of? Knocked him down what? Because like he's still gonna do it right now. You know, energy, right? You said what energy? Mm-hmm. Well, we all know energy shifts, bro. It could go up, it could go down. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So right now the energy could be there next 6 months. Drake drop another fire album, two fire singles.
That's why, I'm stepping right now because,
you know what I'm saying? Kendrick drop 3 more Not Like Us. Like,
well, I guess I was gonna...
Drake can come with big records.
I mean, you believe it. I mean, he's been proven, right? He's proved himself, right? So I'm not mad why you believe that and everything. That's cool. I'm just keep on making me dance, and right? It's like it's no problem. Make some more.
That's what he gonna do. He ain't got no choice.
He should.
Do you think
he's
gonna throw?
He dropped 2.
Is he gonna throw subliminals at Kendrick? I know Ak was kind of hinting that he might or might not.
Oh, the subliminals are coming for the rest of his life.
For the rest of life, yeah.
I'm doing little subliminals. I'm not even in the fight. Sorry, Drake. I'm just be bullshit, man. White kid from Jewish. I be bullshit.
Why would Kendrick stop? Like, why would they stop? Why? They both gonna throw shots.
Somebody gonna stop, man. I sat on this very same couch and said, somebody will stop.
Never.
Somebody will.
The petty.
I believe somebody will.
That's part of Drake's.
That's another one of my takes.
That's part of his verbal, man.
He
gonna shoot them shots
right here.
So you think somebody is gonna bow out fully?
Should?
No, hell no.
And you have one.
If you don't, the public will make you bow out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like the public will like, all right, man, you need to bow out. It's like the game. Like, but whatever though. Everybody, Kendrick got something to lose. Drake got something to lose. But it's over now. They say, right?
As far as the beef, the real beef, rap beef is still gonna go on. But the real leading off the
the real beef is escalated.
There's none of.
The real beef just escalated. He just threw a shot. You can't get in Canada. That's one. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let you know I stopped you. Then I'm gonna wear these blue slides for you niggas. You know what I mean? Free Ayo.
Yeah, did you take that? Did you guys take that a certain way?
I take all this as jokes, man. Like literally, man.
It's no joke. Bro, 50 just left 50 in.
It's light, man. It's really light.
Bro, he just left 50 in.
The real beef. Keem ain't no beefer. You don't beef, bro.
That's what I'm trying to tell him over here.
He might be trying to beef with niggas, man.
The niggas behind Kendrick who beef said, nigga, I got on the phone and I killed it. On community, he said it.
See, there we go. See?
So that's who I'm listening to.
That aligns with my story, right?
I'm listening to that guy.
Do it align with my story?
Yeah.
Okay.
For
I got the
hold on.
off camera story.
For
but,
hip hop,
yeah.
what do you think he did for hip hop for the West Coast? Like, cause
Kendrick?
like, yeah, because do you listen to any West Coast artists?
So I did. I mean, I'm the Canadian guy that maybe I'm not the guy to dispel this narrative, but I don't like the narrative that people are saying like Kendrick was the only part of this moment.
Yeah.
Because I do think that you can feel a tangible energy in the West right now that's uplifted from what it was. Not to say that it was down, but even if we want to call it like, you know, a flat line or like it was what it was, it's up right now. Like even like Blast just dropped his album, like Mustard's
Fire,
about to
dropped some tears
drop,
to
like
it.
Roddy's gonna drop,
YG's dropping.
YG drop, RJ, Zoe Osama. Like not to say that all of those people have made the impact that Not Like Us did, because they didn't. Nothing's hit yet to that degree, and I don't know if anything ever will. But I do think the West, that song and that moment and the pop out did elevate a lot of people and put a lot of more shine on the West Coast, even
more
West Coast
eyes on it for
media.
sure, yeah.
But I think to that point, it does need to continue, because some people are talking about like, oh, is Kendrick gonna go back in hiding, and you know, is that fine if he does? I think that if it would be amazing if we saw Kendrick drop an album, if we saw him uplift a bunch of people, maybe do a couple features, really uplift the artist that he brought on stage at the pop-out. Like, I really think he has the opportunity. Yes, he united, but he has the opportunity to uplift.
Right.
Because if he doesn't, what do you think? What do you think hip hop is going for the West Coast? Do you think it'll just be stagnant again, or on a decline, or what? Because I don't know.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like you said, if he involves himself like that, you feel me? If he involves himself and he does hop on a couple of these people records, I feel like they will pop and it'll be more eyes on them, because we do need a little help over here. I'm not gonna lie to you, we definitely need a little bit more help on the West Coast. But if he doesn't, I feel like we'll just go back into that stagnant place, you know, for the West Coast, and people just looking down upon us, saying we sound the same, we do the same shit, same beats, same videos, and you know, just like Axe saying, I don't know.
What they.
Yeah, I think every
That's
region
that's
has
the
that
whole
same
beauty of
sound.
what's going on right now, because he just did it. That same type of style that people wanted to shame and all that just is doing what it's doing right now.
But
So
I will
it's
say,
like, we're supposed to take some type of pride in that too. Like, I think we did get caught up in a few years of trying to sound, you know, New York went through that too, trying to sound like other places too much and everything, while Atlanta just being Atlanta.
Right.
Doing it up. Then Memphis started being Memphis and everything, you know what I'm saying? So it's like right now I feel like everybody got the confidence back, the artists at least, even the producers.
Yeah.
Wow, we good. It's good. All right, just
Yeah.
here. We can do it. You know what I'm saying? All across this bitch though, not just LA. Go all the way out to the IE, San Diego, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To the Bay and shit. Like it can go crazy.
I think that's
You
what
can
the
get rich.
pop-out, what it sparked most in the city was like unity. It brought that sense back to the West Coast, like, because we wasn't fucking with each other. Everybody was all separated, you know what I mean? But seeing everybody come together under one building, all performing together, and then now you're starting to see them all drop projects. They featured on each other's shit. Like, it brought unity back, and that's what we was missing. Like, it became to where everybody wanted to be the number one, so they wasn't working with each other.
so
You know
the
what I'm saying?
Canadian unified LA.
You know, we have to slay the Canadian.
Y'all can see what y'all been doing, like for what y'all been doing and everything too. Though you just like look, these podcasts and shit been making, bro. It's in the details.
Yeah.
Like, I've listened to the Blast album. I dropped some tears
It was
to a couple of
amazing.
those songs. I ain't gonna lie to you for sure. But he put Better Living in there, and I know him. Like, shout out to Smack and everything. Blast be a fan of this shit too. But it's embedded, you know, because it's like some West Coast shit. When I'm listening to him, like, that's tight. It felt good to hear. But I don't know. I'm just looking at it like, I don't know, man. This shit is
Why you don't cry when I say better living?
I didn't cry when he said Better Living. I was just 2 songs though. The outro into the intro. That man nigga dropped one. It was a passionate tear though.
You cried on the intro with 2 Chainz?
No, bro. You gotta listen to the outro.
That shit
Crying
bad.
to
You gotta listen, though. You gotta listen to it in one though. You gotta listen to it in one.
Bro, it's a banger. Like,
No, exactly. That's what I'm saying. You don't get it. Like, you gotta listen
Oh
to
my
it. You know what I
fucking
mean?
God, dog.
10 summers are better. 10 summers are better than go into
2 Chainz.
paper route. Then go into paper route. Yeah, that's what that was. I was driving here.
What's the last song that made you guys cry? Now we know yours.
2
What's-
Chainz.
That was that mine. I didn't cry, but I dropped a couple like. I was driving
Okay,
here.
you shed a tear. Okay,
I went crazy.
It was
Shout out
emotional.
Blast,
It
man.
was
Ain't
shout
gonna
out to
lie to
Blast.
you.
It was emotional.
You never told me who was your favorite West Coast artist.
Of all time or just right now?
Well, just right now, currently. Like,
I do love Blast. I know that we were just talking about it. Schoolboy Q, and I know it looks like I'm being biased right now, but what I was thinking a couple weeks ago, and I posted a video that I feel like got a lot of love in LA, was the fact that, to your point, LA is doing a lot, but I think they don't get the credit for what they're doing, and they don't get put in the mainstream conversations. And like, you know, shout out to DJ Head. What he was telling me too is just the LA temperament is more so laid back, right? You're not gonna necessarily, that's why the pop out was so important, because you're not gonna necessarily pop out at any point just to big up your chest and be like, I'm this guy. It sometimes takes, which is why it's so important what you guys are doing and what the LA media scene is doing, because I think those two things mesh perfectly, right? We have a Q, we have a Vince, we have a Blast, people who drop top tier projects, maybe album of the year contenders, in my opinion. Schoolboy Q had album of the year, in my opinion. But I think it takes the media to be the people for those that aren't gonna necessarily speak on it. They're not gonna be, I dropped the best album of the year.
Right.
They're not going to necessarily be like, I'm the best rapper out right now. But that's why having media spaces to speak for them sometimes when they're not going to do it is important. And yes, there's going to be people, oh, you guys are just biased. You just love the West Coast. So what? You don't think New York has a bias? You don't think Canada has a bias?
Yeah, I stand on that. That was you that went viral a couple weeks ago?
Yeah.
Okay, shout outs. Yeah, dope. I didn't know that.
Yeah, Q deserves, I think he, and so I guess I was going to ask you too. So, because to me, it seems like he loves making music, but he doesn't necessarily love what comes with being a rapper to some degree. Like, he loves being with his family. He likes to keep his peace. He doesn't necessarily like to cross that line of being like, you know, I want to be the number one. I want to get that top spot. Does he just get the satisfaction of like, I created a dope body of work and that's enough for him sometimes?
I can't speak for him, but I'll say yeah, that, and just more so finding whatever route it is. He's just more so artist to consumer. Everything else that get between that, you know, can get tricky, but he's just trying to get artist to consumer.
And build a relationship with his fan base directly.
Yeah, more so just not being that cliche rapper, what it comes with.
Yeah.
The jewelry, the fashion, you know what I mean? Chains and going to the club. My boy don't do any of that.
He's on the golf course.
Yeah. It's just like, it's not like that cliche thing when you have to, you know, that rapper kit. So I think he's trying to steer clear away from that. Like he said, just probably just the fans and, you know, the love for the music and just curating the best album he can and the best music he can. And, you know, that's dope. And to me, too, he has the best rap album right now, too.
Nah, definitely. And that's part of the reason why he went back intimate, you know, and like intentionally went for some smaller shows, because he's just, you know, the pandemic and all that, being away from people. And he always had that fan base where he was with the people. You know what I'm saying? To get that snatched away type shit. It's like, all right, you can go superstar status. Everybody go on stadiums. It's love. It's chilly there. But even them people, sometimes Prince did it. He was out here in LA like some years ago.
Right.
Did a run. Like, motherfuckers, you want to just, get it intimate again. Like, for the ones that really be, you know, playing them instruments and really into this shit and don't look at the music as a hustle, more as an art. It's a different, like, when you sharing and being vulnerable, so like a certain type of crowd you not gonna say want there, but want there, right? It's want.
Yeah, I like a lot of hip hop media. You do want rappers and artists or whatever the case may be. You want to have media sometimes to answer for them and stuff like that. But you know, can I trust you to give me the correct opinion
without the artists themselves?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean. Like, is Schoolboy Q album the best hip hop album right now? Like you was expressing. Like, tell me that
and tell me why. What did it matter?
Tell me. Like what are we doing here? You know what I mean? It seems like everybody's just taking that either the quick pay for the quick write up or something like you feel like isn't true. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's just all over the place. Like, I feel like if they do start going truthful and stuff like that, then I feel like, you know, a lot of be lost there too. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of be lost there if in hip hop media. So I think people are just all over the place taking the money and just worrying about what social media says overall. So I mean, but if you was really worried about it, every hip hop outlet right now should be, all right, this number one. And
you think everybody should like make a list and give an
like
opinion?
Tell me what's going on and tell me why, like, and express it like you know what I mean? Express it, tell me why, like, and it's nothing there. You know what I mean? Just dropping shit.
What list really matters? Cause I see like all these complex lists. What list really matters in hip hop right now?
The loudest voice.
Like, which one matters?
I'm saying, I feel like Complex. Well, you ask. I guess you go say Complex because I'm talking about it.
I'm saying to you, not saying what the public think. I'm saying to you.
I'm saying, but they influence made me care about it because we talking about it now, and I done talked about it a couple times already. I didn't care before, but their voice, their influence, making you talk about it. So I feel like they got to be right now, maybe this season, the most important.
I mean, okay, let me break it down because, like, does it really matter to you though, or is it just in the moment? What I'm saying is like, XXL used to be a thing, right? Like, it used to be a thing. Like, I'm saying it's still a thing, but it wasn't what it was. Mm-hmm. It was like niggas wanted to work their ass off, like new artists to make that list, bro. So they would work their ass off, cause nigga, like even now, are we working our ass off to make a certain list? Are you?
No.
So that's what I'm saying. What list matters to you to where you like, I gotta be on that? Is there one?
No, we in the industry now, and I be feeling like that shit not credible. Like I said, they just taking money. So if I know XYZ is on it, I know Universal, Interscope, and such gave them some money, or they got to connect to have them on there.
Well, yeah, but that's the reason why we pay money for like post and shit too, though, because it's still more. That's why I said the loudest voice. It's like it don't matter to me, but if the loudest voice is the loudest voice, we in this market share to be this loudest voice. We're not sitting down right here to be the quietest voice. We're trying to be the loudest voice regardless.
So it just can't be one list. It can't be just one anything. But the loudest voice is going to be the most people, the most like popular people in media. So like, what if Joe gave me a list, and Act gave me a list, Charlamagne gave me a list, and now we comparing all of those lists.
Let's see how I travel now.
Yeah, now we seeing how I travel, not just listening to just one list and looking at one list of anything. Like, hell no, we can't do that right now.
It's gonna seem like everybody copied in the second though, because that's where we're going. Like in the seconds, like because you gotta think about topics. Like it's why only certain podcasts stand out because they know how to step out of the typical topics. But for the most part, people running the same topics and who got the best takes and everything.
Angles.
Do you ever express to like DJ Head or the problems with West Coast music? And why it hasn't been traveling to these other regions like it should be?
Well, I did. We talked about last week on The Bigger Picture about the bias that exists within LA because, for example, like YG, I think is a great example of somebody who's a superstar in LA and maybe just a star outside of LA. Not to say that he's not extremely successful or that his hits wouldn't ring off anywhere in the world, but there's a very specific type of LA artist that you hear in clubs here, you hear while you're driving, you hear at parties, that if I were to go back to Toronto, for example, or if I were to go to New York, YG might not hit the same, Blast might not hit the same because the environment matters, the city matters. The PCH view while you're listening matters. So I don't think it's anything to do with necessarily anything wrong with the music. It's just, it is what it is versus the same thing of like, why Chicago drill would hit specifically in Chicago or why, Jersey club music would hit in Jersey a little more than it would in other places.
Yeah, but see here in our clubs, like we'll play everybody music. Everywhere else, nah. They not playing us. They not playing the fucking the Zoe Osama or no shit like that. They won't give us any of that. But us in our clubs or whatever the case may be, whatever parties, we're not shy to play anybody else's music, whether if it's Detroit, Atlanta, New York. It's just like why isn't our music traveling?
Why do you think? Like, do you think there's something specific about the music?
I think a lot of people just don't know. It's like they don't know what we're talking about sometimes. We don't have nothing in common with a lot of people in our lingo and stuff like that. I think they don't know what the fuck we're talking about as far as the politics and stuff like that. It's even with media too, like what Ack was saying. Like when y'all get to start talking about gang politics and shit like that, I don't know what you guys are talking about. You know what I mean? But I think it's just more so a relatable thing, though. You know what I mean? Like it's a relatable thing too, and just producing beats and I think it has to do with a lot though. But I think we could get over the hump, though. You know what I mean? I can get over the hump, but I always want to see what everybody else feels like rather than me, because I'm just giving my opinion, a lot. So, I definitely need to go outside the box. But that's why you're here. That's why I wanted to ask you, and you've been over here for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see what you think. You know what I'm saying, or what you thought.
Yeah, I do think it's like some of the music might be that where it's like super inside or not as relatable to the mainstream, and to the point of like Drake, what we were talking about earlier, is like he made music for the masses. He made he made music with the intention of living in your everyday life. You could listen to a Drake song as a woman or a man from pretty much anywhere and be like, oh, I've experienced, and then I'm talking about like maybe earlier Drake even, like heartbreak. I've experienced, being in a relationship. I've experienced being in love. I've experienced the climb to success to some degree. Like those were general feelings that everyone could go through.
What about poverty?
Well, so I don't know that Drake experienced that in a way where he could speak to it.
I'm saying,
but also that might not be, that's a relatable feeling to some people. Might not be relatable.
That's a big feeling. That's a big feeling around the world. Poverty. Yeah. But Drake ain't. Man, I don't know. I was just asking because you've been from.
But is that why you go to his music to listen to? About poverty?
No, we're saying relate to everybody. I'm just saying like, let's not leave out poverty, because poverty.
But you can't be the #1 rapper without being experienced poverty.
I didn't say that. I'm asking.
I'm asking.
Oh, you asking? Okay.
Yeah.
Can you? Clearly, you can. Shit.
I don't.
Clearly, you can. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying that's. I feel like maybe where that strength come from. You know what I'm saying? When a nigga get knocked on his ass, maybe it came from that poverty.
Yeah.
It came from that poverty. Yeah, I don't go to Drake for that. I go to Drake strictly for radio records and club music. That's it. I don't look for no depths of the streets or poverty from him. Man, what you gonna make that make these bitches shake ass, or what I could dedicate to a bitch or fuck a bitch to? That's it. It's
wop, 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 wop. They shaking ass out here.
That was crazy when I first saw that.
They shaking ass right there.
I first saw women twerk to Not Like Us. I was like, oh, that's what I saw.
Hey, listen. It's like, I can't explain it, but it's like, all right, for sure.
Tell me your experience in Canada, though, while you was out there, because you heard Not Like Us being played.
Yeah, so it was really interesting. I was at a place called the Drake Hotel. It wasn't, to my knowledge, it's not owned by Drake, but they have like a nice rooftop, and then downstairs they have a club. And we were sitting there. My girl's from LA too. She's from South Central Inglewood, so she rides hard for Kendrick. Like that's her guy too. So she'd always joke about like me being like, oh, like you're losing. I'm like, I'm a Kendrick fan too. I'm just trying to be unbiased here. But so we're out there, and I hear kind of like, They Not Like Us, but it was over a different beat. It was kind of like a mix, a mashup.
Yeah.
And then I hear it, and it's probably a minor, and I was like, oh no, we're in Toronto, and they're playing Not Like Us. They're playing that part. They're not just playing the hook. And then the next transition went from like a mini West Coast beat into Marvin's Room. And I'm like, this going from Not Like Us to Marvin's Room is the craziest transition I've ever heard.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
I heard that. We did hear that though. I did hear that too. Like, that's why we said one security. Like they said there's a lot of Not Like Us being played out there. Well, but that's what we heard. A lot of Not Like Us was being played out there, but like we wasn't going to play it out there. But I heard
you didn't have it in the opening DJ set?
Hell no. I think that's nasty. I think that whatever come with that shit. And to me, like I said, like my whole mission, making it back home to the kids, we all got that same mission. So, and when you playing that song on there, opposed to just getting back, like,
you're at least
way out, so it's over. Don't worry about that.
You're instigating a little bit.
Yeah, it's like you are instigating. I know that. Like it's over. Don't worry about it. We gone.
But I will say, I think the difference between LA and we got to remember too, like Canada and Toronto, hip hop isn't core and central to the culture there. Hip hop is core to the culture of a lot of LA, where Kendrick is LA just as much as he is hip hop. He's Compton just as much as he is hip hop. I don't think hip hop and Toronto are as tied together. So there's a lot more casual, like you have to come to America to make it to go back to Canada, right? Drake came here. He had a song with Trey Songz on BET, and that was his big break. Yeah. Then he brought it back to Canada. He went to Houston and brought it back to Canada to some of Kendrick's point. But the point being, there's a lot more casualness in the fandom. Whereas here, I feel like it's tied together. I'm talking to people like they are like so happy that Kendrick won this battle. They're like, it feels like a championship. You walk around, you hear the song everywhere. You're in Toronto, I'm talking to people, and they're like, yeah, I like Kendrick too. You know what I mean? Like, I like Drake, I like Kendrick. It's not really as tied one to one.
So that's what I was saying for as like what we putting on the table of what to lose. Just think about what he gained, and now think about it not being here now.
Yeah, this the home of beefs now.
So think about
this the home of beefs, man. We born beefing. From gang culture to to whatever. You know what I mean? Street football, we beef with everything. So with rap, we took that like shit. All the rappers, all our great rappers from here have gotten great legendary beefs.
Yeah, that's deep. I'm gonna get.
You know what I mean? So that shit is just in us, bro. That's in us.
Crazy.
Born to beef.
Yeah, we born to beef. That's what we do.
We raised in.
No, yeah, I ain't gonna. Huh?
Yeah, we raised in. Even if you beefing with your cousins, your family, like you said.
Everybody kind of like color coordinated. Like especially like 80s and 90s, you really like it don't even matter. They wear red, they wear blue. Like I couldn't even wear red. Like when I was little, it was just like shunned upon.
Bro, from our colors to our schools, our elementaries we went to. Oh, you went to elementary? Oh, you was a bitch. Or you know what I mean? To what city you from? You from the IE? Oh, you ain't like we beef. That's what we beef with. Anything, bro. Like the smallest shit.
Yeah, for
we
real.
beef. So it's like, we're seeing like somebody, one of our own from Compton, go at the biggest nigga in rap and win. Hell yeah, we gonna glorify that. That's us.
I love it.
Yeah,
I ain't even from Compton. Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but you, yeah.
Hey, let me ask y'all this: do y'all feel like Sexxy Red is the biggest female artist right now? Like,
I ain't gonna say the biggest female artist. I'm gonna say she get the most press, like attention, for some reason. Like, cause I feel like Lotto, I feel like Cardi, I feel Nicki Minaj still in there. Like, Nicki's still the biggest.
Bro,
but
I seen Sexxy Red perform at BET Experience at the Staples Center, homie.
The reaction. I think it's undoubtedly that she's the hottest. We could, like, there's maybe two conversations because, to your point, Nicki's always going to be the biggest.
She ain't the biggest, but she's the hottest.
But Sexxy Red is the hottest female artist right now, and that's not saying she's the most talented or the best lyricist. You know, like you said, there's people like Lotto that exist and can rap their asses off. But Sexxy Red's reception, even when I was in Atlanta for the BET Awards, BET Hip Hop Awards in 2023, they did nominations and they just be like, you know, like nominated for best female artist or best new artist, I think it was. And they say the names out loud and you hear people's reaction. I don't think it was even close when Sexxy Red's name is said. Just the rounds of applause. Like she's the only person on the BET red carpet this year that heads turned and people stopped. I was talking to E40 about politics. And behind him, Sexxy Red is on there throwing money, twerking, and people are losing their minds. I'm like trying to have a serious conversation about politics with E40, but Sexxy Red is behind, and her star power is.
See, you just said it right there.
Star power.
You're trying to have a political conversation with a grown ass man. He's 40, right?
Yeah.
Sexxy Red back there. She get all the airtime. Fuck it, nigga. We just throwing money in his ass.
Might be a metaphor,
That's fucking crazy.
Are we talking about music politics or street politics?
Yeah, this was like presidential election politics.
Oh, we gonna get to that. I want to ask you that too because you're from Canada too. But have you ever like been banged on out here, like or been pressed, like in Los Angeles?
No, and I hope to never put myself in a situation.
You said your girl from Inglewood?
Yeah.
Your girl is from Inglewood?
You ain't
Inglewood, South Central, yeah.
I mean, you be over there all the time?
Roscoe's?
I love Roscoe's. When I first moved out here, that was like my go-to spot. But no, I never. You know what's funny? I don't really leave the house that often. Like I'll go out to events now, but I really like to just be in my place making content. Like that's
doing your thing.
Is that? But how do you learn? Like for outsiders, is there code that you have to basically learn for just to live in LA?
Get with somebody that's good out here, and you got to move around with them and learn the ins and outs. That's my best advice, unless you want to go off trial and error.
You hang with DJ Hit.
Yes. Shout out to DJ Hit.
Get with somebody that's like-minded like you, that likes the things you're into, and hang with them. That's from here, you know what I mean? And hang with them and see where they go and move, and that's going to guide you because, you know, it's easy to get into some nigga shit. That's easy. You can find somebody random and get into some gang shit, clubbing, fighting, all that. That's easy. But finding somebody
have
who
you ever
like
really did that really in like the LA culture and went like to South Central or Compton, you know what I mean? And just
I've been there, but I wouldn't say I've indulged in it
like,
to any degree.
Bro. Yeah, like Bobby.
You gotta come to the Ace Boys
Worldwide.
Ace Boys Worldwide. Get you inducted to
like Bobby.
Hey, go to Ace Boys Worldwide on a Friday. That'll get you.
If you guys invite me, I'll pull up with you.
No, I'm saying that's his show. That's his
show. Culture over there.
You get a good gist of, you know what I'm saying, from in that room to out that room. You know what I mean?
No, we gotta send Keem over there
culture.
with YG too. I'll be like, Bob, you feel me?
I feel like in LA,
Say what's bracket right now.
I feel like in LA, anything can happen and it can happen again. Like tonight.
If it happens once, it can happen twice.
No, I'm saying like literally, like
It can happen every day.
motherfuckers really
Out
do
here.
feel like that. Like, all right, boom, like you said, you just pulling up and you snuck in the after party or some shit. You said right or
yeah, backstage to
exactly.
meet crews,
Yeah, like that's what LA is. It's like this hot ass club that's going on. Somebody thinking like I'm going to that motherfucker and I'm gonna meet somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get connected with somebody. I think LA is like that. Like
Land of opportunity.
anything can happen and it can happen again.
Well, the magic of LA, I experienced so quickly, is that things happen quickly when you're on the right path, I find.
Right,
here.
right.
Like you'll see a lot of signs of confirmation that you're doing the right thing or this is for you, because you'll meet someone and they'll tell you that, or you'll literally be placed in an opportunity and be like, oh, I'm actually here. Okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm going to do more of that.
Right.
So there's a lot of places that don't have, we talked about energy. LA, I feel like has a tangible energy of opportunity and anything can happen. I don't think a lot of places have that.
Right.
Manifestation is here. If you,
Yeah.
if you manifesting it and you're in Los Angeles, it's happening.
It could happen. Yeah, it will happen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
happening because
New York,
everybody
for
is
sure.
here. You know what I mean? Like it's happening.
Yeah,
Whatever
you
you
can-
want to do, it's right here in your palm of your hand.
You can
Like,
fall into whatever you want out
Yeah.
you
here.
can fall into whatever.
You want to find some positive shit, it's out here. You want
Yeah.
to find some negative shit, it's out here. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to do, whatever dream you got, whatever you want to become, you got a better chance of doing it out here.
I do got one question. So there's something that stood out to me. So Elliot, how long has he been out here at West Coast?
Years. I don't know the exact amount of years, but it's been, I think, at least over 5 years.
So you been out here longer than him?
I don't know that to be true. He might have been here more than 10 years. I just know it's been a long time.
Long time? All right, for sure.
West
All
Coast
right,
Wilson.
Yeah, no, because it seemed like he just popped up. Like maybe it's because his head being so close to him. I felt like he just got out here last year or so. And
No,
then
what
he
Elliot was doing a lot behind the scenes for a long time too. Like he's a writer too. You know,
Yeah.
we got to remember he actually is a journalist. So
Yeah.
a lot of it is words, and his face. You know, we didn't really see his on-camera personality until maybe 2010s, right? When he was doing Crown and he was doing interviews with Drake, which I think sparked a whole lot of the Kendrick beef. He was doing interviews with, Cole and all those guys. And I think it was really just we talked about like manifestation. I couldn't have even manifested the bigger picture if I wanted to. Like it was beyond what made sense in my head. For example, so I've been working at HipHopDX for 5+ years, doing interviews for them, doing content. And I've been kind of waiting for the moment. I make my own moments. All the red carpet shit you see, like I just did that. It wasn't like, me and shout out to my coworker, Elise, we just kind of went to carpets and Jordan's here, he would film. We would just make those pieces, create them, they'd go viral. But I was waiting for the moment. And Elliot, so we were under new ownership and they brought in Elliot to be like the head of kind of hip hop journalism at UpRocks and HipHopDX. UpRocks bought HipHopDX, right? So when the Kendrick stuff happened and the Drake stuff happened, I started just making video, again, just on my own, just making like, lyric breakdowns from the music point of view that I could, dissect. And I've studied these guys for 10 years to the point I love it. I'm like, oh, I think he's talking about this in 2010, And so those were going viral. And then when Elliot came in, it was the day after Not Like Us dropped. And he was like, him and Jarrett from UpRocks, they were basically like, hey, let's do a show. Just recapping the beef. That was it. Just recapping the battle, give our perspective. Elliot's like, yo, me and Jeremy can do it. And then let's make a list of some people to call in. So I have a list on my phone, I still have it, of just potential guests. We had like Big Boy was on there, Problem was on there, just a bunch of people. The first name I had written down was DJ Head. I don't remember what he had tweeted at that point, but I think it was something to the point where like he was kind of involved firsthand in this public perception of the battle because of things he was tweeting, the push-ups record job, it leaked and he said like, drop it. Why are you scared to drop it? Something like that. So Elliot's like, okay, let's bring in Head. That'll be like a fun conversation. It'll just be us three. It'll be a one-off. It wasn't supposed to be a show. So that's why when people think like if Drake or people on his team are looking at like, this is all conspired, this is like premeditated to be with someone on Kendrick. No, that was a one-off. We're going to do a show and talk about it. But we posted it and it was, 150K views first 2 days, and the chemistry was really there. It's 3 different perspectives. I'm from Canada, Head's from LA, and Elliot's from the East Coast, and we all have different degrees of industry in us, different. So it worked. So we're just like, let's do it again. So it to your point, it's like I manifested it. I wrote down on my notepad, I want to have a show that I do weekly where people come and look for my opinion on hip hop, where I'm respected by my peers. Maybe I wrote it to a T, but I could not have manifested DJ Head's involvement with Kendrick.
It a little bit, and then God said, "Here's the bigger picture."
And Elliot Wilson, that's fire.
There we go. Yeah,
here's the bigger picture for you, young man. I got you.
Literally,
yeah.
That's the way it works, though. You could do is you put out some energy. Like, could you guys have imagined being in these seats? Where you're at in life right now, were they dreams that you guys had at any point?
No. I didn't.
It was dreams I had. I ain't gonna lie to you. Far as like, I ain't gonna lie, it was dream. I didn't see it, but as far as this type of space, yeah. I always felt like I'm but not. I didn't see you or nobody.
No, I wasn't in your dream.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I see it.
I don't know.
Like everything here is like this guy being here.
I'm just saying, like, sometimes I be fucked up about it because, like, it be happening. I'm like, it's part of the dream, though. It's part of the dream, but then I really be looking around. I be looking at these motherfuckers sometimes, like, it's kind of funny. Because it's on some dream shit. This is part of my dream.
Everybody that I come in contact with,
to it.
Everybody I come in contact with, and they be like, "Man, he always said he wanted to do some stuff like this," and I was like, "Oh, that's tight." You know what I mean? Me, I didn't know really what I wanted to do. Like, I was all over the place. You know, I really just got put right here, and I sat right here, and it was just like, "Oh, this is it."
But I can tell by your Crenshaw High video when you was right there with the Lakers jerseys and all that shit. I can tell by that video that you've been still occupying the same space though, like what you do though. Far as I'm sure you've been
life of the party.
Yeah, this who you are right now. You've been this person.
Stand out, life of the party. Shit like that.
Yeah, that too. But you know, on camera, doing it on camera. You feel me? And you know,
then you been doing it 10 years too, though, right? You and SB with the thing.
Well, yeah, I was like, you know what? Let's talk about it. That was it. You feel me? But I didn't think it was. This is gonna be my thing.
To see that bitch on camera, you wanted to see like let's see like this needs to.
When I sat in that no jumper seat with AD. And that camera, this light hit me like this, and he was right there too. I swear to God. Boom. And I looked, and we start talking on this motherfucking mic, and I was like,
exactly.
Oh.
Did it feel like, okay, this is where I'm supposed to be?
Yeah, it was just like that thing. It was just like, oh, here it go. I'm like, I found it. I finally found it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I ain't letting it go, motherfucker. I'm gonna, I finally found it. I got it. This is what I'm finna do.
Yeah, that went crazy. But no, I definitely didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah, he definitely didn't. I had to push him.
I was the last one out the crew to like get on camera. Like, all right.
What was the final?
He the most comfortable. I feel like he the most comfortable. I think it's T-rell, but
AD.
The most comfortable?
No, AD was the one that got me to do it.
Oh no, I'm saying I feel like you the most comfortable on camera right now. Just how?
Oh yeah. I'm loosening up. Every day is like every day is a loosen up, and I tell my audience that too. Like, y'all haven't even saw the full me yet. Like, this is really still holding back. Like, I'm really burnt the fuck out, and I'm funny, and I do like. I'll be showing energy now, and I'll be like, damn, I'm going too far. Because people like, hold on. They look at me as like the tough guy, the bully. You know what I'm saying? But I also, like, this shit to me is like entertainment.
Yeah.
I don't look at it like, let's go in here and be 100% me. You know
I see
it
almost as like you're like, everything you say has wisdom in it, whether it be the question or whether it be the answer. It's like you come from a place of either experience, knowledge, or like genuinely like wanting to make truth for people.
So it's like, what I come from is, I come from managing. So it's like I build people careers and have to guide them through the ins and outs from the ground up. And I always want to take on the ground up artist. I never want to start with an artist that was already booming. The only artist that I got with that had a wave booming that I started managing was Freddie Gibbs, and it was like his movement was going, and like I came in on the movement when he already doing international. So it was like boom, and it was kind of like, damn, he already got it going. It's just a little critiquing, but that wasn't like my passion. My passion was like watching, like planting a seed and watching it grow. Like I like to see the struggle of like, even from how he looked, the growth of the look, the sound and the quality of music. I love that. That's my passion. That's what keep me young and shit. Like when I'm working with somebody already moving, it's like, this shit already moving. I ain't do nothing to them. You know what I'm saying? Seeing these shows where we pull up and it's two people, that's what I love. Like, damn, we started from the bottom. we gotta work. Let's work. That keep me young. You know what I'm saying? That's why with the podcast and
you
shit.
get to do it with this, yeah.
With the podcast shit, when we broke loose, that was easy. He'll tell you, I was up from day one. I was behind the scenes. I already had a plan. When the first night we brought him over to No Jumper.
He like, hey, T-Rell, this the plan.
That's what we doing.
We not staying here forever.
Yeah, we gonna boom,
and I'm like, well, nigga, I'm comfortable. Like,
they
got mics and shit for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going nowhere.
That's a deep rabbit hole you just said there, though.
Yeah, for real. I'm like, nigga,
that's where he was, though.
I was at that space. He like, nah, nigga, this the
I'm
here's the
saying,
plan.
but from day one, though.
From day one, I'm like, I'm good.
What you're saying is from day one, Pun, AD's manager.
Yes, he said we ain't staying here forever.
We ain't staying forever.
That was day one. That was day one I brought AD in.
So you did. You saw
the vision. This is the truth in the details. Day one I brought AD in. That when he called me about it, everybody was like, "Don't do it."
Why?
Because of the stigma the nigga had on his name. I'm like, look, fuck what everybody talking about. I'm like, go over there, run your shit up. We gonna run this shit up. It's gonna bring energy to something else, and we gonna move. You feel me? Like, the thing is this, bro. This is your shit. We're not gonna try to come on your shit and be bigger than you, because you're not gonna allow us to be bigger than you. That's just how shit works.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we gonna get you there. We gonna do what we do, but we're not gonna misuse you. We're not gonna step on your toes. But nigga, when it's time to separate, we gonna separate on good stance. It just happened in a roll like that. But it was always like that. It was like, we're gonna get to a point where we know it's gonna come a time when they're gonna say, hey, y'all not doing this. I'm bringing somebody else in, but we gotta be ready to move. You know what I'm saying? It was never like,
what y'all doing?
Yeah, it was never like, let's go in here.
Steak is good.
Let's go in here and just and steal everything and move. It wasn't that. It wasn't those motives. It was like, let's
but when
go
you
in here,
guys
learn
did,
again.
like, so let's say when you did do that, you made that move. Like, were you guys nervous? Was it like walk me through what that first month was like?
Say like I said in the beginning, he like, this the plan, and I'm like, I don't know if that's the plan, cuz. So, but as time went on, and I'm seeing what's going on, and I'm growing as a personality. I'm getting my feet wet now. Now I know the ins and outs of what's going on, and I'm looking around. I'm like, cause he was in it before me. I'm like, oh, right, that's the plan. So now I'm on it with him. You know what I'm saying? Now we on the same boat. I'm like, okay, this is the plan. It's gonna happen. I feel it one day, but we gotta be prepared. You feel me? That whole time we was just preparing ourselves, but we was going to work. We was just getting our, it basically was training.
Building
your reps
it was building, yeah.
Getting
them in, just training, just waiting for that day for him to do it exactly what he did. You feel me? And we was built for it. We was already ready for it.
You know, whatever.
No, we was ready.
I like that, but that does change a little bit.
Why?
Because y'all came in with this energy. So I'm big on, like, if the energy was present and then say he didn't know it.
No. You got to outside looking in opinion, so you don't know the energy.
Exactly.
It wasn't that energy.
No,
how we're saying it, you're taking it like we were saying, we're going to go in here and do it. It was just, look, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in here, we're going to run this up, we're going to help them build this shit up.
Basically, this is not a forever play,
you know what I'm saying? When somebody comes,
hookers.
No. See,
man.
you looking at it like a nigga. I look at it from a business standpoint. It's like doing a deal with a label. You don't look at a label like, oh, we some hookers. Nah, nigga, we finna go do good business with these people.
It's like an early.
They got something they can offer us. We got something we can offer them back. But we do know this deal is the terms gonna run out. We got to move on. Go to a better deal.
It's like going to college and you know there's an NBA, and so you're like, okay, I might not be. I can only be at this school for max 4 years, but maybe I'll only be there 1 year.
I can only do 4 here.
Yeah.
And
it's
then
like it's like Schoolboy Q and Interscope. Y'all was our top dog. Our Kendrick a top dog. Like, eventually comes a day.
No, I don't think so. I think me personally, I feel like if you come into a relationship, you should come in with hopes to, like,
the relationship different, I think.
Opposed to thinking like,
but look,
I know it's gonna end in about 6 months.
Nobody ever said that. See how you put words on my mouth? We never said 6 months. You don't hear what I'm saying. It's the same mind state Schoolboy would have with Top calling him to sit down. Hey, look, okay, boom. Look, I want to sign you. I want to build you. Okay, cool. We went all that. We're going to help do that. But in your head, you also saying, I want to be a boss too one day. I don't want to just come in.
Right.
And I'm not going to misuse you.
Okay.
We're going to use each other, but I'm not going to misuse you.
And to your point.
So that's what it was. When it became a misuse, when you started exposing and like doing shit to the homies, and then it was like, hold on, cuz now you doing something.
No, but I'm saying before he even got misused, he was instructed, you don't get comfortable, nigga. We're gone.
Nigga, what the fuck?
I wasn't instructed, but just, hey, look, man.
What the fuck?
So did you go to TSA think you're going to be in TSA for the rest of your life?
But I'm
You
saying
gotta work his
let someone
mentality.
else come with this table.
No, you gotta work his mentality. I got boss mentality. I don't work for nobody. So my thing is, let me come in here. Let me create.
You working for us right now.
I don't work for you.
No,
Let me create.
you're working for what?
Let me create bosses.
You're doing it
That's
right
what
now.
we doing. We
You're
create
working
bosses, bro.
for us.
But I think both of those things can be true because I think that there's a point where, okay, let's say you go into a situation, you have hopes that person would want you to be your best self, right? You would hope that I'm going in this situation where we're a team to some degree. It may be your thing, but you see potential in me, and if I'm growing and I'm gonna get even bigger than I am right now, then you would take me there. You would push me there.
Pause.
That's not a pause?
No.
Okay. All right, unpause. We'll play. So, but to the point where if they hold you back and they're like, nah, this is as big as you're gonna get, there's no pause.
Yeah, we start.
Then you're gonna
Start capping.
go somewhere else
for sure.
where you can grow. To your point, I know what you're saying, whereas like you're talking about like getting into what the woman thinks is a relationship and you know it's a fling.
Yeah. That's all I'm saying.
And she's thinking it's forever and you're like, no, this has a 6-month cap and I'm just playing you like you. Yeah, I know. So both could be true, but
you can also just look at what's going on. You feel me? The history of it, because there's nobody there that stayed there with him by his side. You know what I mean? There's nobody there from the beginning.
Why it was needed.
You know what I'm saying? Nobody there that's from the beginning. So, looking at that, I might go in naive. I'm thinking this is a forever thing because I'm a loyal nigga.
Yeah. And maybe it could be. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where I come from. I'm a loyal guy. Friendship means the world to me. Once I get close to you, I'm gonna do whatever for you, and it's just not there. You feel me? I had to stay on the business tip, and he always kept me on that. You feel me? And we were growing. But to your point again, like I was fully prepared. Once we made that step, I was already boop. You know what I'm saying? Like I got a channel. Here we finna record here. This is what we gonna do. How I know the lights, the cameras. I done took pictures of everything. Now I'm in this motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it still was a nervous thing though. Still like, okay, I'm on my own. I don't have this guaranteed check. No matter how many views I'm doing, no matter what I'm doing, I don't have that guaranteed check. But I got the faith though. This is what we got, and I got my homies by beside me, and all we got to do is stay consistent, and I know it's gonna work. The people right behind us. It's like that night like us. You know what I mean? That feeling. You know what I'm saying? That was that was our pop out feeling. You know what I mean?
He was scared to start back on Fig.
Oh God.
Really?
How long was I pushing you by the seat? Like, nigga, start your shit.
He was coming while I was working, and he like, what are you doing? Like, start something. Start something. And I'm like, what y'all doing? What you doing? He was like, I'm finna start. I just started. I'm like, well, damn. This nigga started. They just pressing me. I'm like, all right, for sure. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm going home telling Heather, like, shit, all right, I'm going to start this shit. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, here I go procrastinating. I'm the biggest procrastinator. I'm a procrastinator.
It's hard.
It's
I always
so
find
hard.
when it's something you want the most, you procrastinate the most.
Oh,
but it
God.
also comes back to you the most. Like I heard something about like if an idea continues to pop in your head over time, there was obstacles for a reason, but the dream's there for a reason. So don't trust if it feels like there's too much resistance, that the resistance for a reason, but the dream remaining through all the resistance is a reason. So it was there for you, and then it was like when it made sense.
Man. I'm big on timing too. Like I believe in timing is everything, and I believe like everything happened in the proper time.
Yeah, divine
you know what I
timing.
mean? Because it's some shit where you have this vision right now, like, and it'll take like 10 years, but you gotta be willing to put in that work. And not want it to happen overnight. You know what I'm saying? So
straight up.
Yeah, I'm telling people my dream now. Well, not the dream. I'm telling people what I want to do, but I'm procrastinating hearing me. But shout out to my nigga Jack. He had a house. You know what I mean? Where content house where he had a bunch of equipment and stuff over there. He like, bro, no one's using this room. I have a webcam in here and I got a computer. Just come in here and just see if you want to start it or whatever. And I'm like, all right. I go in the room. It don't really look like shit. I start hanging shit on the wall. I'm like, it kind of looked like something to me. All right, let's press record. You know what I mean? Get my homie Smack. I'm like, Smack, you want to do this shit? And I'm telling him, I ain't got no money. You know what I'm saying? We just finna see what's going on. All right, let's see what's going on. He like, all right, fuck it. Boom, we get on there, and it was good, and I started off on Twitch, because they started off on Twitch. I thought that was it, you know what I'm saying? I'm all kissing out with it. That's where we started. And then one day we come to work again, and he like, hey, shit, go to YouTube. We might get a little bit more people over there because I think the fan base is over there. I'm like, all right, let me see. Let me go to YouTube. Boom. So I go to YouTube, maybe like 1,500 people watching me, you know what I mean? Then 2,000 people watching me. Then one day I had like 7,000 people watching me.
Live.
So I had like 7,000 people watching me while I'm still working here. And like he said, damn, we ain't trying to step on your toes, but I know 7,000 people just watching me, nigga. I'm stepping on everybody's toes over here now. You know what I mean? Now I'm like, okay, it's gonna get ugly in a minute. You know what I mean?
Why though?
I don't
get
know
why y'all.
No, I know.
You get what I'm saying?
Like,
why?
I wouldn't be ugly. I wouldn't feel like that. I wouldn't feel like that.
Big fish in a
but
small
I just
pond,
know,
man.
I knew what Cub would do. You know what I mean? Like, and I just knew how that feeling would feel. You know what I mean? Like, and we booked out a tour. Like, I'm doing 5,000-6,000. These niggas live. We
You know what
on
it is?
tour.
Was he congratulating y'all?
It was never no congratulations.
That's where the details at. Like a genius, because somebody can come pump fake you with a good shit, but it come in that
Genuine.
right there, that part.
Whatever.
Shout out to Dot, man. Kendrick, are you happy for me, man?
Nigga, I put they shit together. I put they shows together. Nigga, I was behind the scenes doing all this shit. I'm over here doing what I'm doing now, like, but I'm over there. I'm like, cuz, let's do it for us.
But
Yeah,
but
no.
it's important too, like
Foremost.
having people around you that are genuinely happy for your success, because
Yeah.
it's very rare. Like me and Jordan talk about this all the time. It's like having people that you can say, hey, this opportunity just happened or this happened to me, and having them be, wow, that's amazing, I'm so happy for you, gets less and less the further you get along in success. And especially when you're working closely with people, no matter what, you're gonna sense sometimes there's that ego, or like you talked about earlier on, everybody has a little ego or everybody has a little jealousy, and you can put that to the side. But if no one's congratulating you from the start, or they're not going out of their way to be like, I'm happy for you, to me that's always like, okay, I just note it. It's not like we can't be cool or we can't be friends or we can't work together, but that's noted. I'm not going to tell you my wins. I'm not going to tell you my dreams. I'm not going to tell you my goals, and I'm not going to tell you when I have a win. I have people for that love me genuinely.
You know, and I don't do this for recognition or anything like that. I just do it because I love it. You know, I'm not outside much, so I don't be knowing what's going on with the people. I'm not shaking a lot of hands, which I should. I should be doing that, seeing how the people, perceive me and what's going on. I need to get in those smaller rooms and shit like that. I be feeling like I need to do that. That's the last thing I need to do. But now that I have stepped out, here and there, I see everybody that's not from here, as far as bigger media platforms and bigger media people congratulating us, you know what I mean, and giving and recognizing what we do instead of the people from here. I haven't heard not one person from Los Angeles, California, to this day say, hey, that's that. You know what I'm saying? Or go watch FIGGMUNITY_WORLD, or go watch Back on Fig. Right now, no one. You know what I mean? It's just everybody from, oh yeah, hey, the East Coast. Like, if I was watching Charlamagne giving out the list, like, I love that. You know what I mean? I ain't looking for the recognition, but it's just like, damn. Like, academics just watching, you feel me? Like, we not looking for the recognition, but it's like, oh,
but we gotta change that. We are looking for the recognition.
You know what I'm saying?
We are.
It's some that matters.
We are.
It matters, but I ain't
are.
searching for it.
Yeah, you don't do it for that.
You ain't going out your way to do it, for sure.
For sure.
I mean, even if the recognition is like, if that's your stance, because like they's like, I don't fuck with it. Shit, say that. But it be the, whatever though. God bless, man. You know what I'm saying? For emotion.
Yeah, because those are people like I said this on the bigger picture, but like I only ever wanted, like when I would write out what I wanted for my life, which I've done for 10 years, I always wrote out like respect from my peers. Like people that I look up to, I want them to look at me with reverence and respect of somebody who appreciates their craft and loves what they do and does it well. Charlamagne knowing me by name and saying he's good at what he does, that to me was the only validation I ever wanted. Elliot Wilson saying, hey, you're next up. You're incredible at what you do. Like me watching an interview with Charlamagne on The Brilliant Idiots or Elliot interviewing Drake when I'm 15 years old, that was my Grammy. There is no media Grammys, to your point. That's what I wanted to. So to have those people be like, you're great. Yeah, we don't need it, but there's no other recognition. There is no award for media, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. I mean, shit, it gotta be a little bit of moment. That's motivation. It's like gas. It's my checkpoint. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
No, that keep you going. That keep you going when you do hear the recognition or you do hear the mentions. Like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? But You know, you just got to keep on.
You can
grinding,
feel when it's capped, so it's like keep that.
Yeah, that's you like your one. Fake congratulations.
Yeah, go ahead, keep that one.
Yeah,
don't worry about it, but it's cool. But you know,
definitely can't make that solely what you do it for, though.
No, because you're never gonna get enough.
Yeah. Nah.
Let's talk about this presidential cap. Hold on.
What a transition! What a transition! Let's go into the election. Actually,
the real cap. But you Canadian though, so do you feel like this is just all WWE? Do you give a shit who's president and who's not?
All I want to say is I'm so grateful. Which one's my camera? This camera? This one. I'm so happy to be living in America. I'm so thankful that you guys have allowed me across the border to do what I love in your country. Whoever the president is, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Shout out.
That's my
More cap.
Right way to play it. Right way to play it.
What do you?
Right way to play it, bro. Right way to play it.
I love
That should go live for
What do you guys think? Okay, walk me through. What's your guys' thought? Do I have conspiracies? Of course, we can talk about on camera.
We don't got no free medical care, man. Go back over here, man.
I'll take a little bit.
No medical care at all, dog. You don't give a damn about no presidency over here.
So okay, but they just announced today that I think Kamala, she's not necessarily official, but she's running it up. She's taking donations. She's putting her foot forward.
Okay.
Biden said, I endorse her. Does Kamala have a shot at winning this election, and how much of a shot?
First of all, we haven't seen her in 4 years. So let's just hope she was training for this exact moment.
What the trend is right now. They're saying that the black people are the first ones stomping her down right now.
You think so?
They are. As of yesterday.
We haven't seen her in 4 years.
Listen,
man.
I haven't seen her in 4 years, so hopefully she was in training, man, back there, bro.
I'm not even a criminal.
But great way to start a sentence.
No, I'm not a criminal, so it's really not my biggest fight, but, I've been affected and everything or whatever by, what the laws and shit have been to my family members and whatnot. And she was whooping ass. It's not the black people just at her. It's they realizing, because social media, that's how fickle people are anyways, because they was voting for her just because she was black. It's so hyped just because she was black.
A lot of people voted for Obama.
I'm just saying, yeah, we know that, but I'm just saying, but now they circulating, all these damn clips of what she really been on all this time and what she really for. She wants your daddy locked up, Now, the joke is there.
Is your daddy a criminal?
Rest in peace to my father. You need to watch your motherfucker.
Is your daddy a criminal? I'm saying if she's only the highlights of her getting criminals out the way, I'm just playing devil's advocate. If it's getting criminals out the way, are you opposed to that? Are you opposed to that?
Yeah, I'm opposed to it. In the fashion, she didn't have it. She had no remorse in a lot of the way she was speaking on these things.
Would you have remorse for a criminal? Let's do this.
Yeah.
What type of criminal though? You gotta
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's do this. Blast. He's overseas. 3 niggas try to break in his house with both his kids in the house.
Shame.
What do you feel happened to those 3 guys? If you're
deaf.
So why is she wrong?
What?
Why is she wrong for giving niggas sending
them off?
They're criminals.
Well, we not. That's why he asked about what
is
type
one
of
criminal
criminals.
better than another?
Yeah.
Or like petty weed crimes, for example, like people who are locked up and are still locked up due to many of the people that are still in office. Like that to me there's a distinction, right?
It's called discernment. You got to have something in your soul to come on, man.
Yeah, I wasn't fucking with that.
Yeah, that's
I wasn't
crazy.
fucking with the petty weed crime shit. I wasn't fucking with that. It's certain shit I wasn't fucking with. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, that happens a lot of places. It ain't just her. You know what I'm saying?
Kamala, does she have a chance? That's what we all have.
I think she has a shot.
She has a shot. Just because she's a black woman, though?
Yeah.
Just because she's
I think
a black
she's
woman.
not
And she's a
Biden.
woman.
She got a shot.
I think
Especially since she's a woman. Don't let Sexxy Red get on the damn. If Sexxy Red got on the
that's her campaign right now. What is it? Her marketing is
right.
Sexxy Red running for president, making America great. How many votes?
Oh, you right.
That's her on the background of everything in her show.
Yeah.
She has the. How many
got
votes do you think
a shot.
Sexxy Red would get?
Sexxy Red ain't getting no votes.
She got to endorse.
No votes.
She's got to endorse. Watch, man. They about to play a game right now. This is the only game they had to play.
I mean, he already did the plot. The plot.
Kamala got some action.
Who?
He staged it.
Trump?
He won. Trump.
No.
Put his fist up.
This
Soon
is
as he
a
did
last
this, he
minute
won.
attempt. No, Kamala about to go crazy. For sure.
You think so?
All the hip hop about to get with her. I mean, for the most part, it's about to be
I mean, she was already doing.
Was you the one kicking the Civil War?
She was already doing a goddamn fucking festival on the front line of the U.S. Fucking goddamn White House.
Yeah.
She had a goddamn party on that motherfucker. Yeah.
I think it's hard. I think it's going to be difficult for anyone to catch up in the point that we're at right now. I don't think it's not possible. I just think there was so much doubt in the Democratic Party because how much was being lied to the public of like, oh, Joe's good. Yes, he's going to win. And then people saw the debate. Like, for people paying attention, that wasn't a shocker. But to the majority of the public that wasn't necessarily in the weeds of what's going on politically, you saw that and you're like, wait, this is the guy that you just told us was going to win the election? So now you have to really regain the confidence of the public as a party. And I think anyone is going to have a hard time to do that. I think Kamala has definitely a shot, and she's going to gain the goodwill of a lot of people that weren't going to vote for Joe are going to vote for her. But it's tough. The poll numbers are already bad.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Before that. So it's possible, to your point. I just think it's going to be
see what they're about to do.
Yeah.
What type of campaign do you think Kamala's going to run to where she's going to just overturn everybody's opinion about Trump right now? Because they vote and they can't wait to press Trump on that motherfucker. What do you think? What do you think Kamala is about to do?
Shout outs to Buddy. She about to go black on black on black.
She gonna cater to the
black on black.
Cater to the wives, cater to the baby mothers. You know what I mean? They trying to bring back the where you can't get out of marriage if you're in an abusive marriage. Mm-hmm. They're trying to end that. You know what I mean? She's pushing for it to stay like that. Because if you're in an abusive, what they call that shit? I forgot what the name is.
Domestic?
No. It's a name for the marriage when you can get out of it. They call it a something marriage. When you're in an abusive marriage where he's beating the shit out of you, whooping your ass.
And legally you can get,
You can legally get out of it now. Like, I mean, you can legally get out of it, but they're trying to end that in all 50 states. That's what they're trying to end if they take over and shit. So I know, like, that's going to cater to a lot of, like, women.
People are single issue voters too. Like the abortion issue might be enough to get people out of there.
Yeah, the abortion issue is big. And then I seen her with her sister too. Also, I seen her with her sister just laughing, joking, some playful things. You know what I mean? Like a lot of black women and just women in general have in common with their sister, just in a higher power, you know, working together, doing the same things almost. So I'm like, okay, if the campaign is almost there, it's like super relatable there too.
Essence Festival.
Bruh, I almost was like,
she did a BT Awards ad too.
Like
they've been peace. You know what's gonna age incredibly well is the Schoolboy Q lyric where he said, "If Kamala free the homies, we'd be all lit," or whatever he said on. That could age incredibly well.
That could age.
She might get in there and free some of the homies.
Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, shout out to Kamala.
He might have called Q and said, "Hey, we gonna use this line."
They might got $3 million for the budget. So they might be passing out chili.
Oh yeah, Trump said he can pay $45 million from Elon a month.
See,
big chili
to endorse. That's crazy. And then Elon said, "That's why I'm not. I didn't. No, I'm not."
That's a tax break.
I'm not paying you. Who told you to say that? Like, why would you even say that? I'm not. We're not doing that.
Yeah,
like,
it's gonna be interesting, man, to see. Like you said, like we all saw Biden wasn't fit to do this shit, bro. Like, he could barely walk upstairs, bro. Like, it was bad. You know what I'm saying? He calling her Vice President Trump. He lost.
That was tough.
Man, he has dementia. Like, he can barely walk. Bro. Like, it's a super
for not
struggle.
Feeding them, though, because they doing that on purpose. It's like, they ain't feeding my nigga before he even get up. Like, he ain't getting the breakfast. That's what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That was I think they did the best they could.
Get your ass out there and talk to the
it.
people. He all fucked up and shit. That's fucked up. Like, now get a nigga a breakfast sandwich, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can tell that he's, like, far as not getting the oxygen up there.
What rapper do you think could win a presidential election?
Rapper? A rapper.
Yeah. Let's just say you had to pick. You think Ye could have?
Yeah, I still believe in Ye.
If it was up to a rapper, who can believe?
Me?
You would vote for Ye.
For sure.
From what you have seen, how bipolar this nigga is, you would put him in the top dog.
All I've seen Ye do is For Emotion. I haven't seen him.
Okay.
Whatever, like,
he does elevate.
Yeah, he's only elevated since I've known Kanye. Like, please tell me, where's that wrong at? You know what I mean?
That's funny, because that's how everybody looked at Trump, right? Trump was in the hip hop culture before he was president. Everybody loved him, taking pictures with him, all that. Yeah, I'll vote for him. Then as soon as he get in office, now niggas mad at Trump.
You know, niggas gonna be niggas,
right? He was popular as hell in hip hop before he was the president.
If any rapper could be, it'll probably be Kanye or Jay-Z.
Yeah. Hope he's basically moved like a politician. Like Jay-Z, the way he's moved like Ghost from Power.
He's so discreet, bro. Like he's so off the radar.
He for sure probably
They're
Ghost.
never in the press. Him and his wife never in the, like, you don't even know where the fuck they be at. Like, that shit is crazy.
Yeah, but every time you hear it, it's like, to your point of elevation, it's like $1 billion deal. Selling a company we didn't even know he had. Like that,
So,
the way he's moved has been very, because he doesn't talk much.
Yeah, shout out to
Hope
Jay,
is-
man. That's still
is quiet
one
when
of
he
my
moves.
favorite artists, man. I be having anxiety these days. I don't want nothing to happen, like no crazy shit to come out about Jay,
It's gonna happen.
Denzel, or LeBron.
Why do you think it's gonna happen? Because you know it's known for all of our black people in power to have a scandal happen to them to where it kind of tarnishes
Yeah,
their
that's my anxiety.
Yeah.
it definitely tarnishes their career just a little
I
bit.
don't even want to hear
Everyone
nothing.
has skeletons, man.
LeBron.
Everyone has skeletons.
I don't think anything will happen to LeBron. I truly think
don't say
I'm
that.
not saying.
How you confident on Jay like that, but not LeBron?
He lives in LA, bro. Don't say that.
All I'm saying is, as one of the most success, we've heard rumors about Jay. We've heard murmurs. There's people who you could look on YouTube. I won't get into it. You could look it up, right? With LeBron, he's been one of the most successful people for 20 years, and we haven't heard anything. Now, cool. Like maybe there's some stuff you could hear,
I mean, everybody hears stuff.
but nothing that would tarnish him as like a human being.
Right,
You know what I mean? Yes, there's stuff, but not that. Like to me, LeBron has been nothing but classy. You could disagree with some of the way he's moved, like trading teams or moving teams or whatever. But I think LeBron is gonna walk away unscathed.
I don't.
And
No.
Damn.
I think his whole image is built on like his
Being
sports
perfect.
skills and his family, like him being a family man.
Yeah.
And I think the family man is what's gonna hurt him. Something there. This is LA, bro. You know how this shit goes.
I mean,
Temptation
well-
is everything.
I mean,
Well,
we
but
gonna
she
reward
stood
you.
by
got
him,
some
you know what I mean?
Temptation, man.
That was some pussy through that.
She's still right there, courtside with him.
So
Temptation.
did Jordan have a scandal
Yeah, his dad.
other than his dad?
Gambling.
Other than his dad,
That was big
gambling?
enough.
And then Kobe, we know what he, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
R.I.P.
rest in
That's
peace.
foul, cold. Rest in peace, cold.
R.I.P.
Hov got some skeletons. And that's
Hov-
all over YouTube. It's
That's
just-
what I'm
got
saying.
his
It hasn't
ass
been
whooping in the
glorified.
elevator. You know what I'm saying? So that was crazy.
And then you ask for what?
No skeletons are confirmed, though. It's not no skeletons. It's
Oh,
all,
they're confirmed. Those skeletons are there. They're there. It's stories.
Oh, you talking about those ones?
The
Yeah, well,
ones
those
that-
ones is
the
like, that
ones
was a
that-
part of time,
The
though.
ones
That's
that
how
got-
you know how powerful certain people are. The way that we speak.
That was
the way
part
that
of
you
time.
dance around, it's like, yeah, that the thing that you're talking. Yeah, that thing.
That was a part of
The
time
guy
at that
said,
time, though.
yeah, no.
That was a part
They'll
of
get
time
you.
at that time. I'm
one
not
that-
giving them no pass, but that was a part of
The
time
one
at
that
that
got,
time.
I believe I can fly.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah,
tour.
that was a part of time at that time.
I
Because I know y'all going to the next brunch.
Do you believe that celebrities, they get
We'll be
media,
there, that
they
I'ma
can
be at that
control
bitch.
media?
Huh?
They can control media, celebrities?
Hell yeah, yeah. That's why I say it's about the influence is everything, bro. The loudest voice is crazy. That's the reason why, like, influence is so raw. Even if somebody bigger than you for as status, whatever the case may be, they got a problem with somebody coming up, shaking shit up because the influence. Like, you can't even do nothing with it. You can't stop it if you want to. It's influence. You know what I'm saying? So that's how raw it is.
Cause you be
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you
damn.
can always
like,
sway people.
You be like, we've been all seeing this shit for 20 years. We done seen it. We done saw tapes. We heard everybody talk about it. Why the media never talked about it? And then all of a sudden, they talk about it. And not only do they talk about that, they throw in 10 new things. Boom, 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 boom.
That's how
Pay
you
that-
know.
pay that Wi-Fi bill.
Yeah, when it all comes crashing down at a certain point, you know that either money stopped flowing a certain way or money started flowing a different way.
Case in point, Diddy.
That's exactly what I was thinking
It
of.
all
Like, why
crumbled.
now? Yeah.
It was like, wait, y'all knew all this time.
Am I guilty right now for having a little heart? I got like a heart. I ain't gonna lie. I've been seeing him post with his daughter and stuff.
Why are you guilty? He's not.
No, I'm asking. Do I feel a little? I feel
You
a
have to get
little.
convicted of anything.
Yeah.
I feel a
Emotion.
little way. I feel
Brother
like
Love got you?
Huh? Brother Love got you. Yeah.
Your brother Love is posting on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm like, damn,
Brother
brother
Love,
I'm a family man.
I'm like, man, like, for real though, I'm going back to like, what do we know? We don't know nothing.
We just know he beat up. We just know he beat up a
I
daughter.
mean, you saw the video.
We know he beat up a daughter, and you're dedicated.
Beat up a daughter. What you mean?
In the hallway, he beat up a daughter.
Yeah, there was a.
You know, we know that part. Yeah,
That's somebody's daughter. Would you? How would you feel as a father?
Yeah. Listen, I already talked about that. Like, whatever come with that, for sure. He's supposed to be. So you want him to die?
But you still got a heart for
You asking
him.
me?
No, you want him to die?
You asking me?
Huh?
You asking me?
Yeah.
If that was my daughter?
No, I'm asking Diddy about Diddy. You want him to die?
Oh, I don't give a. That's
why,
not my.
why you trying to make me?
I'm not here to cancel sins, but I'm saying if that's your daughter, yeah, I want her to die. Kicking my daughter in the face for sure.
Of course, yeah. But we all know how powerful forgiveness is and all that, whatever. I'm just looking at it for like how we viewing him right now. It's like
how we viewing him.
Because you got to be careful with this shit, man. To me, it's like.
So he might come out victorious.
We haven't said nothing
about
about
it. It's not even about him being victorious. It's just like, just think about it though. Like
we haven't said
we
nothing
loved him, right? Everybody loved him for what it was, for what his contributions.
I still love him.
We haven't said
That's
nothing
what I'm
bad about
saying.
him.
I still love him.
People don't really love him no more.
We haven't said nothing bad about him.
I still love him.
What have we said bad about Diddy?
I'm trying to show him love, and you throwing dirt on him.
I'm just saying. You said I still got love for him. I said as a father.
No, as a father, I don't fuck with that at all.
That's your whole brain. You push
I'm
that
not
shit.
talking about that.
I think love's a strong word to use for that man.
You still
I know he used it himself. He tried cleaning it up for a couple years.
But
the name changed to love. Yep. Because he knew it was happening.
We grew up on him like
yeah, the music, the impact of the culture.
Black shit like Diddy was one of the ones, right?
Diddy is Homelander.
Who?
From the boys.
I don't know.
I started watching that shit.
All I'm saying is he was one of the ones, and then if I ask you right now, I ask all of y'all, what do you know other than that video? That video is that video. Nasty. You need to come with that. But outside of that, do you know anything?
I looked far too deep into it.
But do you know anything though? No. Do you know anything?
He looks far too deep to it. I want to know what.
He swerved past that one. I look far too deep into it.
No, I let him slide.
I want to know
he
what.
Want to slide.
What do you know that we
do
don't know?
Anything, right? So nobody knows nothing, but
nothing.
We know
I mean,
what's
that
alleged.
come on,
even if we know
what's
nothing else,
alleged.
that was enough. Like that video, which is
video was
it's crazy
crazy.
that video is what it took, because right before that there was a lot of people that were still like kind of like trying to champion it, but that video I think is enough to be like, if that's what you're doing in the open in a hotel where there clearly
does
could
he not
be
get
other
forgiven
people.
for that? Does he not get forgiven for that? Was he not?
I don't think it's up to us to forgive.
She forgave him. She forgave him.
Well, she
At that time, she forgave him. She did.
I don't
still
think she
stayed with him.
forgave him. I think she was in what did you say, like an abusive relationship
Yeah.
where she didn't want to be there.
Oh
and
well,
she-
yeah. See,
That's where Kamala.
I don't think there was a
That's where
forgiveness
Kamala
aspect.
watch him.
motherfuckers, you ready to?
That's where Kamala
you ready
finna come
to hang
in.
me up on this motherfucker, aren't
Hey
you?
man, hey, choose your words wisely. That's why it's called "What Could Go Wrong."
This motherfucker
It
here,
just went
man.
wrong for you right now. That's why it's called "What Could Go
No,
Wrong."
I'm not.
What could go wrong?
And that's another thing about content, because I could have already snapped about this before, right? Then talk right here, and then they'll judge you off this one and not. You know what I mean? I get it though. It's cool though.
Karma will come back. I truly
Yeah, I can't
think
wait for
karma.
the motherfucking karma to come back.
I mean, I wasn't talking about him. I was. There's bigger karma loops to close.
That was talking about him with shit. Look out. God damn it.
Yeah, nah. Diddy.
Oh my God, man.
I think Diddy doing the same thing Drake needs to do right now. Just stay out the light. You know what I mean?
He's with 50
Chill-
right now.
Chill for who?
Him and 50 are
Approving pictures and
yeah,
shit.
taking pictures.
Oh, he's still doing a meme thing
They're
though.
approving pictures.
He posted Steph Curry the
Both
other
them
day.
niggas approving it. Shout out 50 though. 50 the coldest in the history, period. So shout out 50.
Did you
no
notice
matter.
who he didn't post though?
LeBron. He posted Steph Curry though. Yeah.
Yes, he should.
And KD.
He's. I'm telling you, like you said, are the disses going to stop? No, they're not going to stop.
Steph
So
Curry.
he
Drake
didn't-
is
You
still
know
a
what?
big dog, bro. Don't get it twisted.
I never.
He's still
who
a big
the fuck
dog.
said Drake not a
All
big dog?
that happened. If
That
he
nigga
was
still
number
online
one,
betting
guess
$5
what?
million and shit on bets. I know the nigga a big dog. Like,
Guess
he
what
a
happened?
big dog.
Hold on, nigga.
Guess what
hold
happened
on.
when you go at number one and you number two? You're going to become number one and he comes number two. You're still a big dog.
Y'all
You're
gotta
still
fill
there.
me in. So what did Drake post? That he posted something on his Insta story?
He posted Steph Curry like 2 days ago.
It was like Curry.
No, he posted the whole starting five without LeBron.
Durant.
KD.
Was it two,
On
was
the
it two
USA
other
team?
players? Just pictures of them.
Everybody LeBron.
But he didn't post
Separate
LeBron,
pictures.
and I don't know if you saw the clip where it was like they're playing Not Like Us at warm up, and Curry's like, "Man, I'm
Oh,
over
yeah.
this song. Is there any other song?" And LeBron said, "I love it."
Yeah.
And he was also at the pop-up dancing, waiting.
Well, LeBron won that battle because he tatted LeBron whole face.
Now, as far as that relationship, that's gonna be mended.
I think so too.
LeBron and Drake is gonna be mended.
LeBron and Drake will be fine.
He's a fan of hip hop. Like, you can't be mad at Drake for loving a hot hip hop record. Like, he's made it clear his whole career. When a hot record come out, he's gonna rap it. He's gonna support it.
He's gonna A&R.
He's gonna A&R. Like, he's a fan of hip hop. You can't be mad at that. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, y'all keep on trying to dismiss Ja Rule, and I still listen to Ja Rule to this day. I hate that happened to him. I stopped fucking with him then and all. Yeah.
Ja Rule's
it was fuck
incredible.
Ja Rule. It was fuck Ja Rule for many years, but his music's so good. As I grew up and matured, I went back to Ja Rule. That's what's going to happen.
Bro, why do you keep using that as an example? This is not a Ja Rule and 50 Cent thing, dog.
Yes, it is.
I don't think he got Ja Rule.
I stand my stance.
Dog,
Make y'all stances.
nigga
This is my stance. Make y'all stances.
Ja Rule got
That's my
what?
stance.
What Ja Rule got? 17 Hot 100s? How many Drake?
321.
It's a faster different. It's different.
It's a little different.
Do you believe Drake is a branch off from Ja or no?
So Drake is Ja Rule.
What?
There's maybe influence, but Drake, whatever branch he took, it wasn't just that branch. I think he made it into the top of the tree on the highest tree on top of a mountain in the Himalayas. Like, Drake is success that we've never seen in hip hop.
We're talking about success. I'm talking about.
You're comparing the moments. You're
No,
not
we're talking
comparing
about the type of artistry. Like, wasn't.
Yeah, there was singing. Like, there was
so
melody.
who was doing that before Ja Rule?
When was
Dogg,
Nelly? When was Nelly hot?
Nelly was after
2003.
Ja Rule.
That was after Ja Rule.
Right after
If
Ja
you want to
Rule.
go get high with me.
Right after Ja Rule, but
Okay,
before Ja
so-
Rule though.
Went Bone Thugs, maybe.
Bone Thugs? You want to take that
Maybe.
one? Okay, for
Maybe.
sure. I'll give you that.
So what
But
are you
maybe
doing
not
here?
to that, not to the mainstream height that Ja Rule took.
So
It.
you-
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying Ja Rule. Anybody before Ja Rule? Because Drake just took Ja. What you?
Man, you funny.
What? It's the same
Stop trying
format.
to stop trying to
Singing
play.
and rapping. What you mean? Like Drake
came before Ja Rule doing
Ja
the same
Rule was
thing?
on that at the top of this game, right? When he did it. LL Cool J was singing?
Yeah.
No, he was never singing.
He had love records, wasn't he? He
No, he was never singing. He was never harmonizing.
LL Cool J saying
harmonized.
it's funny.
But the thing about Drake is, okay, let's just say he drops anything, whether it be Drake with the melodies that Kendrick wants, or whether it be Drake with the rapping, or subliminal shot Drake, or AM PM Drake. Whatever Drake drops, whenever he drops it, I would love if he took some time away first. But whenever he comes back and drops it, it is going to still be one of the biggest moments in hip hop this year. It's going to be one of the biggest songs this year. Whatever he drops.
But why did it happen with Sexxy Red song and Camilla?
Man,
No,
that's-
a Drake
yeah,
song. The Drake
Why?
stimulus
Why?
isn't there.
Why he dropped them? What are y'all talking about?
That was
Leave it
already-
alone. He
that-
dropped
you-
them.
That was clearly,
after the beef.
That was like, come on, man.
It don't matter.
No,
They got dropped after the beef.
There is a point to it. The Drake effect doesn't work the same. That's gonna be gone for a while.
Okay, so
But Drake
let's
as
give
a
me
solo
something.
artist, when he drops a song, he's still gonna be Drake. That's what I'm saying.
That's what we all
So
like,
we're
though.
not gonna run to go see what Drake is talking about.
Let the
as
smoke
much as
clear,
we did.
man.
No, we are. I'm saying
year.
it's getting received a little different because the Drake stimulus package. When has it not worked?
Let the smoke clear. That's
When does
all
it
I'm
not
saying,
work?
bro.
No,
When
it
has it
didn't.
not? When has it not touched at least like at
The
least touched
Sexy
the
Red
top of the
song
mountain?
didn't do what it was supposed to do, and it only really did because of that hook with Sexy Red. And the Camilla songs didn't do anything to what they should be doing as a
Make me
Camilla
crazy if y'all
Drake
want to,
song.
man.
Right.
No, I agree. I'm with you. But I still think Drake's gonna be Drake. Now, do you guys think it's gonna be? Is there a taint on Drake? Like, no matter what he does, is there a little bit of feeling of like, I don't know, or is it still
Gotta
just gonna
ask
be
the youth,
forgotten about and
because Drake never
Drake's just gonna
did.
be?
Drake, as much influence he ever had, he's never influenced the youth to go against like a Kendrick or nothing like that, or to reciting these lyrics against a Kendrick or whoever the top person is. The fact that he got the youth reciting lyrics,
That is crazy.
yes, it's a whole nother
That is
thing.
crazy.
That's like, man,
Okay, so who has
Whatever.
the biggest diss record thus far right now in hip hop?
Ever?
That's fickle. That's fickle what you just said. Nigga, people, what social media and all this era has showed us, people don't give a fuck, bro. Just because they resign pedophile. No, do you look
not
at him as a
true.
pedophile? Do you?
what are you saying?
Do you look at him as a pedophile?
Do I?
You're rapping a song, but do you look at him as a pedophile? Be real.
Me personally,
As a man, do you look at him as another man as a pedophile?
I haven't seen enough. To
So you don't believe it?
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I haven't seen enough.
So you think the kids believe it?
That's the kids believe it. But I'm wise enough, and
they're gonna be easily persuaded when a new hit record from Drake comes. They're gonna forget all about
how
that.
the game works, though, pun. That's the reason why music is sold in cycles and the seasons and all that.
You literally just said
because they doing that. They playing on the minds of the youth, whoever buying this.
You literally just saw a man kick a woman in the face, and you say you still got love for him, and your brand is dedicated. That's a daughter. So you get what I'm saying? It's fickle out here, bro.
That's a dad too. That's a dad too. Yeah. So you're not even you won't even body slam you on that topic right there because
I don't got love
because
for
that's a dad, and I know that's going across the world. Domestic violence and all that, that's going across the world because it's love that's needed there because motherfuckers need the mental, the emotional stability and intelligence to get through that type of shit. Or we're gonna just keep going through the same cycles. Diddy ain't been nothing but propped up as a big fixture in our culture for this long, and we all accepted it. You included. I'm sure you would have did a record with him 2 years ago before, right? And now he getting shitted on. Yes, that video is terrible. He gonna get what he deserved for that. But I ask you, do you forgive him? Would you want to be forgiven as a man in that situation? That's what I'm really getting at.
In which situation? Because he's accused of a lot of stuff. So in which situation?
But we only know about one. That's what I'm saying.
In which situation, though?
That situation now, because you brought it up.
Well, I want to be forgiven for whooping on my woman?
For being out of character. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't know when it stopped. When did it stop?
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm
saying? It's like we only judging off of what we hear as opposed to what we know. And that's just part of the game. So it's like
we judge off what we see too. So we saw that.
And when you hear it from 35 people versus
that's the sick part about it. I was really just trying to be like not funny, but I was saying when I seen him with his daughter, that's what I said, which is dedicated to. I seen him with his daughter, and I'm like, damn, like because I'm looking at it like I know this girl don't know what's going on, but
and you can feel bad for the family too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I said that before about the kids. I'm like, damn, like golly, this man's a whole father though, like.
But is that a coincidence?
Everybody always looked at him as a cool father, like for sure. So I'm like, damn, I just felt a little bit. But hey, if you hate him, you want him to die, then say it.
Everybody want to die. It's just it's just what it is, man. I make it very clear. I don't fuck with rape. Have we said the words? I don't fuck with the R's. I don't fuck with the P's.
Me neither.
I don't fuck with the DAs. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't fuck with that shit. I make that very clear a lot. Like that's weak.
I got sued before we can leave on this. I got sued before. Actually, was fighting the whole case because something like that happened to someone that I love to death, and me and another person was responsible for putting this person in the hospital, and they sued us for putting them in the hospital.
Wow.
For that, so I don't fuck with it either. Like, it's not nothing I fuck with. I'm not endorsing none of that creepy ass shit at all. I'm just saying that. I had a little bit of heart when I seen him with his daughter. Shit, that I don't know.
That's always going, when you see somebody with their kids.
Yeah, I seen him with his daughter. I'm like, damn. That's like, damn. I just thought of that's kind of, it's crazy. Like, he Diddy to us. She don't know nothing, and she about to see though what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Well, we all got homies that's, we come from gang culture. We got homies that certified killers would be the best dads.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, shit.
Ghost.
Their daughter don't know who their daddy is.
We ain't gonna leave on that. We're gonna leave on this one because I'm asking a lot of people, and I'll be wanting everybody's opinion because I'll be talking to my homies. They stupid hip hop fans, Ether, and you know what I mean. Okay. It's probably not gonna never leave as the best hip hop diss record ever. You know what I'm saying? In their eyes, but. To our point when we first started, you feel me? And we asked like, do you feel the energy? Do you feel it out here? I be bullshitting. I'm saying no. I just be wanting to hear you talk. But yes, the energy is here. You seeing the kids seeing this shit everywhere. You seeing grandmas, aunties, dads everywhere. Everybody from every walk of life. My daughter is 2 and she calls Kendrick Lamar dun dun dun.
Yeah.
Like
kids is
like
what?
What the
Why
hell?
you just whisper that?
It's not like us the best diss track right now to this day ever made.
Are we saying best or biggest?
The best.
It's the biggest.
It's the most impactful.
I just had this argument with G Malone, shout out G Malone. I said, bro, Hit 'Em Up is still a better diss record to me, right? He like, no, it ain't. I said, look, I get it, but you gotta understand, this record has social media and TikTok and all that behind it. Imagine Hit 'Em Up in that era before cancel culture.
Look how
I'm just saying,
much,
imagine though.
But look how much profanity it had in it. it was too vulgar for it to even reach these heights, even if it
Kendrick's
didn't have.
song had
Oh,
the
to
P
reach the
word in
kids.
it.
Bro,
It does have the P, but
It had the P word in it.
Yeah.
I mean, but back then that wasn't like considered anything. They were saying the F word back then,
you
like
wasn't born
profusely.
yet, huh? You wasn't
94.
born. Okay.
So I didn't get to
if you
experience
lived in
it.
that era and you remember when Hit 'Em Up impacted,
Rest in peace to my
how
cousin
big
Keem.
that was, still is to this day.
Yeah.
For 30 years, people have been calling it it's still in the top 3 best hip hop record, like disc records of all time.
Yeah.
Still right now with Nothing Like Us. I think people put it at number 2 or number 3 if you ask somebody.
When they say no Vaseline.
No Vaseline.
It depends on where you're
Ether,
from.
yeah.
Depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
And hit him up.
West Coast will say no Vaseline, more so. You know what I'm saying? But what would you say? You from Canada. What's your top 3 disc records of all time? As it stands today.
And this is criteria of like just most, like, give me some criteria. We're going most impactful within the beef, just best bars, like what, like.
Oh, you want to break it all the way down.
Oh yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That
You wanna
makes
go
sense. 'Cause,
details.
like,
You wanna
how
go
different-
different-
There's so
different-
many
Yeah,
different.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
like-
Well, let's just start with one. Like, then at that point, we got to give a couple of top 3s. Most impactful. Let's just start with most impactful.
Okay, I don't think there's
That's a cheat-
been.
that's a cheat
I
code.
don't think there's been a more impactful diss track than Not Like Us, and I don't think it's even close.
No, not even
but
close.
to the point of hip hop wasn't what it was then either.
Yeah.
We got to remember how mainstream kids now are listening to hip hop. It's on the radio. My grandmother in Canada asking me, can you give me a little bit of a breakdown as to why this fellow from Los Angeles is dissing Drake?
Yeah,
like
that's
that
right,
that
Granny.
was not existent before. So the fact that this actually traveled way beyond hip hop, and hip hop is also way beyond where it was, it has to be the number 1 most impactful. I will say that I think Story of Adidon is probably up there for most impactful too. I don't think it damaged Drake's career really, but I remember at that point, like, just this is ones that I got to grow up with, so I can't tell you that was like the.
Are we
Pusha
saying
T.
all the time, or are we just saying right now?
Well, I didn't get to experience some of these, so I can only say my lived
yeah,
experience.
you're
Like,
right,
I
you're
would
right,
tell
you're
you
right,
that
you're right,
Hit 'Em
you're
Up
right.
and No Vaseline are in my top 3 probably, in terms of impact as well, because of what they did for those people in that time period.
Yeah. I think the Pusha T disc, it felt like Kryptonite with Superman. Like, everybody saw that Kryptonite existed because it was like Drake was a nigga, and then you felt like nobody could fuck with him. And then when that happened, because he just whooped the shit out of Meek Mill.
Yeah,
and it was
back
like,
to back's got to be up there though. We
Yeah.
got to put back to back up there in terms
He
of
didn't
impact.
really whoop the shit out of Meek Mill
I'm
though.
saying though, because
He
you gotta
really
understand,
didn't, though.
you gotta understand that was a gangster verse, so like nobody looked at him as a gangster. So everybody expected Meek, you're a battle rapper. So his expectations was he finna murder Drake.
Yeah,
know
nah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Singing
yeah,
guy,
yeah.
yeah.
For us,
Yeah.
yeah. And I feel like Meek took the more
He
like,
spanked
nah, I
him.
need to see you, man. Nobody worry about none of that shit with you because he had the machine. Nigga, you already got people writing for you. That's how he feeling like. So why do I need to see you on wax, fo? Or, you know.
But I'm saying how the people
Because he
look
was
at
saying
it.
it didn't even matter, whatever. Like you
Yeah,
right,
because I
or-
feel like Meek man, there was a lot going on with him in that time. Maybe he fucked himself over a little bit too. Maybe it's behind the scenes personality or something. I don't know, but
it was completely
he was
self-inflicted.
going though. Like the
Self-inflicted
shit,
for sure.
even the shit he was saying, Drake was just too big of a star. I feel like it was too big
He
of a star.
outcalculated the same way that Kendrick outcalculated Drake in this battle. Drake outcalculated Meek Mill. From everything he did. Like, I think Drake was sitting back and being like, "Wait, are we? We could go there, but I thought we were cool. Okay," and that's why he waited. He let Meek was tweeting, like retweeting people, like he's just like talking, and then we saw Drake wait and put out Charged Up. See the response, see like, okay, is there gonna be reply back? Does he have a diss track waiting? Is there gonna be something right away? No?
Yeah.
Okay, well, back to back. That's great.
Because I feel
came
like Drake
back.
was kind of like what Gunna just did right now. We seeing Gunna get the success after snitching, right? I mean, whatever. They
Yeah, I mean,
saying-
he's successful. Yes, yeah.
They saying he's snitching and all that shit. I'm just saying. So with that name, that tag on you, he's still going crazy.
With the music, he did
I
it.
think what Meek did, because the battle should have been over. It should have been no battle. Meek come from a battle rap culture. And at that time, he had sold like 225 or something like
He
that.
was successful.
Yeah,
He had
first-
Nicki Minaj
first week.
with the Chris Brown feature
Yeah,
on
he
that
had
song.
like
Yeah.
first week.
Well, I'm
That was going
saying,
crazy at that time,
To
right?
the streets, he was
2015.
Drake was the underdog to the streets, bro.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying is like, when a motherfucker come out and say, hey, this man has been cheating all this time and still don't lose. The only time I seen that happen was like with the Raw shit. Ross be a whole CO.
Yeah, that was
and they
crazy.
still like, He went up after that. Drake went for emotion.
But that was his allies as well, because he had Q and World Star was on his side. They was going against 50 together. World Star was the biggest shit at the time. So he had an ally that was powerful to his beef. Rick Ross.
Rick Ross.
He had Q.
Okay, yeah,
World Star Hip Hop was back in
everything. Y'all know what I'm
everything.
trying to say though? Far as like
music. So the way that all those people did was with good music. Rick Ross, Gunna, Drake, completely different situations, but they all won by putting out good music. Like Rick Ross, we were talking about 50 and how diabolical 50 is. And yes, Ja Rule is still successful, but Rick Ross is the one who made it out of a 50 Cent beef and is still successful enough where
and he cracked it off.
That's hard to do.
Beef off too.
If you can't judge the most impactful diss record because you wasn't in those eras, how can you judge the biggest diss record if you wasn't in those eras?
I can only go by what people were saying too. Like to your point, like you said, like people who were alive have said that it was big at that time.
So we're taking the majority.
That's all I can go off.
We're
With.
taking a majority.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you
Loudest
think?
voice.
Oh, the biggest record, this record?
What are your top three?
No Vaseline, Compton City G's. Damn, I'm old as fuck.
I think it said Compton City G's. He said,
Real Compton City
the
G's.
pants over his trunk. Compton City G's, nigga. That was cold.
That shit was crazy as fuck, nigga.
My top three. Oh, you done?
And you know, Not Like Us. It's up there.
I gotta put Not Like Us back to back. Hit 'em up. Those was the three most impactful that I witnessed in hip hop, where it shifted somebody's career. Like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Because Tupac came out, nigga. That was probably the most disrespectful diss record. Every car, every radio station's playing it. It sold out. It was on a single. It came out on a single of another song. It was like, this shit is sold out. Even All Eyes on Me, like, sold out. You couldn't find that shit nowhere.
Yeah.
Like, Tupac impacted so hard, bro, when he got out of jail, and just that aggression, and like the West Coast was beefing with the East Coast at the time, and the energy on radio where all LA radios not playing. It was a thing. It was like the energy here was just like, nigga, you can't come across our border, nigga, we gonna fuck you up. It was like that. It was like, if you from over here, you come over here and say you from over there, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like, that energy in LA is what Not Like Us gives you a little bit of, but it's like, it's not as aggressive. Like, we all here again, we all pumped up, we West Coast, but we not as like, we still welcoming.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
nah, for sure.
Yeah.
But they not welcoming us.
Shit,
They kick Keem out.
Mines will be
Keem out.
motherfucking Hit 'em Up. It'll be Ether, and it'll be. I mean, Not Like Us is way bigger than Wanksta and shit. I'm just going off my timeline, so it'll be Hit 'em Up, Ether, and Wanksta.
I hated Wanksta, by the way.
No, I just felt like that was like a cold introduction for 50.
For sure.
It was.
And it was like, you're not going to forget Wanksta. Like, the fact that term even exists.
And that album was cold.
Yeah,
that
so
album
it's like,
crazy.
Come on, my
So
CD's
Wanksta's like
different,
one of
but-
my little pivotal moments. Like, damn, motherfucking can really get on by just getting at somebody. Like, that was kind of crazy to see.
And the coldest part about that whole 50 Ja Rule beef is he was clowning Ja Rule for using melodies and then killed him while using melodies.
Yeah.
It was
He
amazing.
just started using
It
melodies.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
50 Cent, I said it off camera, but I'll say it on camera too.
Icon.
If there is not a single person ahead of 50 Cent on my list of people I don't want to beef with.
Yeah.
Who else would you not want to beef with as bad as you'd want to be on 50's good side? Like,
He's
there's
diabolical, man.
never worth
You
it.
know, I seen a list too. We're going crazy right now. We're like, what, 2 hours or something?
Look, yeah. Go.
He diabolical.
What I was about to say is, though, because they had like a little list of floating around I seen, though. I forget the albums, though. It was as far as just pop-outs. 50s pop-out, DMX.
Amazing.
They might have had Wayne on there.
Like when they first introduced themselves. And
damn, I forget who the fuck the other two was, though. But me personally, when I seen it, though, I said 50 for me because... Yeah,
nothing like
It was Game for me.
I haven't never seen. Well, no,
Game was crazy too.
Yeah, being that
Game.
close to and everything, like it was crazy. No, Game was crazy though.
Woo!
But gang shit came off the heels of.
Yeah, it came off the heels of 50.
Heels
though.
of
Yeah,
50,
like,
yeah.
50 kept going, so it just stick a little different.
And then you gotta realize the momentum all came from Dre starting his own shit, leaving that Death Row, later starting his own shit. So now it's like Dre got something. He got the biggest white boy in
Eminem.
America.
You can't remember Eminem's pop out is huge.
Eminem pop out was huge.
Eminem's spinoff. I mean, Dre's spinoff was "Let Me Go This Way" and grab a white boy from Detroit.
That's right, pun.
Come out, classic album, hit records, going crazy, and going at the biggest boy groups in the world. Nigga, NSYNC and Backstreet Boys. He going at them niggas.
Inserting into pop culture.
Inserting pop culture. Then he comes with 50 Cent at that time when Ja Rule was dominating rap from New York with an image and with a crew that's going against the nigga who shot this guy.
Nobody would sign him from the East Coast.
The people who shot this guy.
Wait, Dr. Dre, to your point now, we have to look at his family tree as the most successful family tree of all time because we can't forget Kendrick.
Can't forget.
We can't.
Ice Cube.
Dre, Cube, M50,
NWA,
Kendrick, NWA,
Crazy,
Snoop.
Dog
Who in
shit?
That is the craziest family tree ever.
He the coldest.
So is that Dr. Dre's tree or is that Eazy-E tree?
That's Dr. Dre tree. Dr. Dre tree.
It's both of their trees.
He's up there. He's up. But Dre did the rest of that. Like, you know.
That's Dr. Dre tree.
So I don't know. There's a lot of people in that. That's why I say I want to give it to Rockefeller a little bit, but shout outs. But
Rockefeller's is crazy too.
Because you got Eazy-E and you got Suge Knight that's not being mentioned. And
No, Eazy-E and Suge Knight is cold. Let me ask y'all this though. Another one. How y'all feel about Eminem new album?
I ain't listening to that shit.
I ain't listening to Eminem album. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wow, so the white boy's the only one that listen to Eminem on the couch.
I listen to that bitch when I gotta drive 18 miles.
I'm not gonna
Let's just say he is we talk about Drake, but he's the biggest rapper. We talk about numbers.
Most successful.
He is the most successful ever. Nobody, I don't know what's going on, but we stopped putting him in every category.
I think
nobody speaks on him, but he is the biggest, most successful everything right now. Why are y'all not listening to Eminem fucking album?
For me personally, once I lose what made me fall in love with you as an artist, once that feeling is gone, basically it's shit that come out where I can relate to you or something I like about you. Once you change that up, it's like Jeezy. Everybody relates to Jeezy, every street nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But today he dropped an album, we're not gonna move the same or react the same to it.
But are you gonna listen?
But we know it's like, it's Jay-Z. You're so rich right now, bro, you can't come back and rap the shit niggas in the street still relate to.
Well, that's why he made 444.
Yeah, he's informative.
Yeah, but I'm saying it don't hit the same. It won't hit the same for you. Thug Motivation 101, he done made 102, he done made 103. It don't hit the same as 101. You know what I'm saying? But it goes back like an Eminem. It's like, I always say I like the Eminem, you know, I hate to say it, when he was on drugs. I prefer that Eminem. When he got clean, the music became like, I get it. It became clean records, bigger records. He had a lot of huge records that black people don't acknowledge, bro. He had a lot of big records that came after he got clean.
What I will say though is this is the closest he's been to the Eminem that you fell in love with, I would assume.
Shady.
Then he's been. Like he did come back and he was rapping as Slim Shady in this crazy, like he was basically, we were living in Eminem's mind for the whole album of him, his darkest thoughts battling with what cancel culture and society is. Yeah. I got word. So on the bigger picture,
never go back to the original though. The original was out of pocket.
It's hard to go back for anyone to go back to
the cancel culture changed all that.
Yeah. But my thing was like, and I know some people were the stands were mad at my critique because Elliot and DJ Head both loved the album and said it was amazing, and they made the white boy do white on white violence, and I was the only one that had a critique of the album. But my only critique was just that I was living a little bit too much in Eminem's battle in his own mind, and when he actually steps out and just raps, even if it's as Slim Shady and raps crazy on the album, or he raps about his daughter, to what we were talking about before, there's a song about his daughter that's incredible. Right. Those are my favorite moments, when it's just genuine, like either him just rapping for sport and loving it and really being the best to ever do it with piecing things together on paper and metaphors and stuff like that, or him just genuinely reflecting on his life and where he's at. Those are my favorite moments. I didn't like love the album, but I also didn't hate it. There was a lot of moments that I liked.
Turn into Siri, homie.
Yeah, nah. That's not why I love Eminem for like the wild, reckless shit he can say.
Yeah,
and
I know he the best. He got all the answers. He know how to say all the shit. He got all the words for sure. But
he ran all the shit to say.
I'm like, damn, him, like, because he just stay in the same flow pocket and everything. Like, I feel like Wayne did that too. Other than that, what's happening, baby? Yeah, I like him on that though with Rob 49.
He Raw for 9. He had that record with Tyga and YG. Wayne coming off crazy on features.
Features is
No, for sure. But Wayne, I thought he got stuck in that space. So we just start rapping in this pocket. I'm like, that a pocket that did win for them at one point in their career, and they did. I'm like, why the fuck did you not transfer out of that pocket? Like, you just stand in that pocket?
And I think to the Wayne point, people's critique of M and Wayne has been similar over the years of what they did very well that made people fall in love with them was rapping at an elite level.
Right.
You know, and it wasn't necessarily what they were talking about, as the way that they pieced words together that people fell in love with them. But over the course of time, we haven't necessarily heard about them growing in life through the music. That was the critique. Right. Whereas like Wayne, when I heard Let It All Work Out off of Carter 5, I think, it was the outro, and he was reflecting on how far he's come, reflecting on shooting himself when he was 12 years old or whatever it was. That's my favorite Wayne record in the last 10 years, even though he's rapped better. Mm-hmm. You know, that Eminem song about his daughter is my favorite song on that album. There's songs where he's rapping better. He has more metaphors. The bars are crazier. But to your point of Jeezy, or Jay-Z, the only way I think you can maintain the status of having the feeling you gave someone when they first heard that artist is if you've grown in your music to the point where they can relate to where they're at. If Jeezy made and I'm not saying he hasn't done this, but let's say he made an album where it was a little bit more grown, it was reflecting on his life, talking about his family, talking about his friends, success, the ups and downs, the highs and lows of life, you might relate a bit more to that than if he tried to do another, 106.
Your crowd, you might be bigger than Jeezy or thinking better than Jeezy. What the hell you come say this shit for? It's a lie.
But there's very few people who have grown with their audience. That's a hard thing to do. And content is hard.
Disconnect there, though.
Especially 2 decades.
Yeah, it's hard to do.
It's a disconnect there when you stuck and you just in your little bubble. If you're just so successful here and you just stuck and now you in your little bubble, like it's a gift and a curse. Now when you have to make that music now I don't relate to anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Like the creativity ain't there no more. It seemed like you almost like don't love it as much. You just hopping back in, just trying to get your feet wet again. Like
comedians go through it. Yeah. Stand-up comedians are relatable to the people and giving you a joke about real life that we can all laugh about. Right. But if your real life becomes, I'm 100 millionaire and all I do is live the life that 100 millionaire does, it's hard to make a joke about. Like your little inconveniences that used to bother you don't have. So you have to go to your way to find them. People have to go to their way as rappers that are super successful to find things to talk about. I think that's the hardest thing to do.
Right. Because you got to still be organic. People got to still perceive you as organic and authentic. Like this is really you and your music. That's what make a lot of people cling to shit. That's why Sexxy Red, I feel like people relate to her because she embodies the ghetto.
Regular.
She's the epitome of the ghetto, bro. Like
nobody ever was so happy about pulling up with a Sexxy Red. Nobody's ever.
But I'm saying she's the epitome of the ghetto. Like you're proud of her. Like I don't know what it is.
You are. You're happy for her. You're like, damn, she's
no. Yeah, that part you're right.
You're happy for her.
Like it's the rose that grew up out of the concrete. Yeah, for sure.
It's the ghetto. It's like you would.
I want her on my side.
Yeah, like
it's authentic and it's real. So you like fuck with it. Like that's hard.
She'll get the thing about what her content is. Like she probably scared of her own growth because you grow up and you mature. This shit ain't attractive no more until you don't want to sell that no more now though, right? Because you gonna sound out of bass and out of touch and all that. So let's just see. 10 years, 15 years. Let's see how, as a woman, she feel about rapping these same lyrics. Like,
you think Kevin Hart is funny?
Kevin Hart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he's funny?
Sound like a setup.
Yeah. I mean, he had a slump. He had a slump. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, him and Q just did an interview.
Y'all be catching me. Everybody be like, hold on, he gonna do something.
No, I like that interview. I'm glad he did that.
Me personally, I always thought Kevin Hart was funny, but he did. To me, got to that point to where like, okay, I know you just getting your chili.
You gotta cater to a bigger audience, man.
Yeah, you getting your chili, man. Like that wasn't for us, but it's cool. Get your chili.
You gotta cater to a bigger audience, but he still goes back and he does small rooms. You know what I mean? He just doesn't promote them.
He funny.
So if you want to go see that side of him, go watch him. Go watch him with the small rooms.
Q just did an interview last week, and that shit was so. I'm like, this is funny to me. I was sitting there, I'm like, this is crazy.
Because he just funny, just
naturally
funny.
I thought if I went to one of his concerts, I wouldn't fuck. Like, I'm off Kevin Hart right now. But when I was there, I'm like, this motherfucker really funny right now. Like,
it's always something that got to be relatable to the ghetto. It's people that's not relatable to the ghetto, and then we don't take them as serious. And that happens in every fucking genre, whether it's comedians, whether if it's fucking directors. I be having arguments with my boy SB about fucking Spike Lee and Tyler Perry, like, you know what I mean? Like, or Mike Epps and Kevin Hart, like which one we gonna pick? Oh no, he relate to the ghetto. He more so he soft. He this, he that, he that.
Fuck
like
all that.
It's
but
like,
they all the ghetto. That's our
like,
problem because we always try to
like,
single
damn.
it down. We got a top 5s and top 10s. Everything we do, top 5, top 10s.
I'm always root for Kevin Hart.
Shit.
I'm always root for Kevin Hart for what he stand for. I'm always root for Ho for what he stand for. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, he came in the game. He brought his boys with him. He put them all on. He opened opportunities for them niggas to make money for their families. He take care of his kids. He co-parents, take care of her. You know what I mean? Like, I respect that because that's a reflection of what I'm going through and what I am.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm always going to respect him for that. Hove, same thing. All his homeboys. If you go look at the business, it's all his homies. It's all his homies. Emery, Ty, like all them niggas. Same shit with, and I respect that. Like, that's what the shit is about, bro. Like, getting his, LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
You taking your best friend, you taking a nigga from security or your homies from back in the day and make them security, all kind of shit. Like, that's dope as fuck, man.
Drake even did that. You know,
That's hard.
I've seen
I
Drake with
salute
all
that.
his homies since he started. Since he started, he's been
When y'all make powerful shit, powerful moments in life
shit is
happen, and it's your day
underrated right
ones,
there.
that's fire.
That's underrated.
Yeah.
That's super underrated.
winning with your people.
It's underrated.
Hell yeah.
Super underrated.
That's
gotta
why I
salute
yell King, a friend like Keem, but y'all can probably say that for yourselves and everything. I say that because I be for that. I be like, don't worry about none of that. Niggas be just needing a friend sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, cause you might have the sauce, the glow, everything. Like, but sometimes like it get dark if you ain't got no friends.
Yeah.
I just like to be the friend. Like, I know you about to go through the shit.
Have you ever had dark times out here just in Los Angeles, being, you know, not being with a lot of family and stuff like that, and not having a lot of people to talk to?
Yeah, it's. I won't necessarily say dark, but definitely lonely and isolating times where like there's less and less people that can relate to what I'm trying to do or what I'm going through. But what I found is, to the point of being a friend, I've been able to section off my friendships into what they mean to me and what I can do for them, what they can do for me without it being transactional. For example, like I have friends back home. Like I was just with a couple of my friends who live in Toronto, and one of them lives back home in Winnipeg. And I can't necessarily go to them for everything. They might not understand this. They might not understand what this means or what, you know, the bigger picture is. They probably have no idea who Elliot Wilson or Charlemagne is.
Right.
I'm not going to talk to them about that, but they saw me when I was rapping in my basement at 13 and was trying to do stuff. They saw me when I was with my 6th grade girlfriend. You know what I mean? They know me to a degree where I can go to them and, hey, this is what's going on in my life. This is how I'm feeling. What do you think? And they'll give me an honest opinion. And maybe we don't talk about this. Maybe they're not even able to relate or understand, but that exists.
They're part of that rope that you're connected to.
Exactly. So I think we all need that. And that's really, and then my family's like unconditional support is like, oh, like they didn't even really understand what I was trying to do until like, I think I had a picture with somebody at Power 106. Like, wait, what? You know,
that's dope.
Yeah,
but it's tough.
Yeah.
LA's a magical place, but you got to stand on what you want, and you really have to know it's for you.
Don't give in to the vices that they offer out here.
A lot of them.
It's a lot of them.
A lot of them.
It's a lot of them. You can pick up some bad vices in LA, man.
Don't even worry about it, because those handshakes still kill me to this day. I hate them. Those fake ass handshakes, man, get the hell away from me.
Once you realize,
I hate it. Leave me alone.
Once you realize they exist and you know what you're walking into at these parties, you understand it.
And
hey, what you been up to? What you working on? Those are number 1, number 2 questions. What you working on?
Do?
Let's get up.
Let's get up. Let's link.
Let's get up, bro.
Here's my.
I know you call it.
Yeah, what? And always leave before midnight.
And never say bye when you leave. I learned
Irish
that.
goodbye.
I just walk out.
Just walk out.
Yeah.
I don't never say nothing. I think that's just me.
Keeps that mystique.
I don't
just
shake
walk
no
out.
Where'd he go?
Get you some head in the black truck.
It keeps that mystique. It makes you wonder, like, wait, what happened to him? Let me call myself. Like, yeah.
Safe.
I'm gone. Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. It was nice talking to y'all. You know what I mean? Definitely was nice talking to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Nice to have you here, bro.
I appreciate you
know what
guys.
I'm
Thank you so
saying?
much for having me.
Thank you,
Yeah.
man. Thank you for coming.
Yeah,
Like
great
2 hours,
conversation.
huh?
Yeah.
That was good, man.
Clean too.
Yeah,
Great
we did it up, for
conversation,
sure.
man.
No, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like, it was easy.
Yeah, great
And
conversation.
we all avoided getting canceled today. We all avoided getting ourselves into beef today, I think. This was a solid music conversation.
Yeah, we was leading into
conversation.
the presidential thing. I felt like I'm gonna leave it
I
alone.
dipped.
I'm gonna get out of there because I think when we start talking about the black women thing, I know how mothers is, and I was like, I'm leaving that shit alone because she listening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to moms.
If she listening, her sister listening, auntie listening, I'm getting up out of there. Fuck all
Days
that,
of
man.
Our Lives.
Man,
That's actually a good podcast name, too.
yeah, man.
Days of Our Lives.
But yeah, nice to have
Thank
you
you,
again,
guys.
man. You
Appreciate
feel
it.
me? What could go wrong, man? That is our episode, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Don't worry about nothing. And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon too. You feel me? For all the early episodes. But yeah, man, we love y'all
Behind
to
the
death.
scenes.
You know what I mean? Oh yeah, behind the scenes.
All that.
You know what I'm saying? All the shit, man. But yeah, guys, we up out of here. Next episode, next week. Don't worry about nothing. We gone.